Brady, what the fuck are you doing in my chat? Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, good morning, afternoon, and good evening. I'm not going to waste a whole lot of time on chatting and talking to y'all, because today, we were actually supposed to start a half hour ago, and I wasn't aware that Matt was going to be late today, but it's okay. Things do happen. But we are going to get directly into the region of Luavara today. So it's going to be a good old time today. Alright, here we go. Good evening. Well, it's evening for me. Yes, my new mods are breaking my chat, accidentally hitting shield mode. Well, now you know what that button does. Alrighty. So, session 11, Starmetal, is about to take under place, and I'm so excited because this is going to be the start of the actual story. We're finally getting into it, ladies and gentlemen. Alright, let's go say hello.
Hello?
Bonsoir.
Pourquoi?
Hello.
Pourquoi?
Has anybody been able to get a hold of KP?
Rusty's trying.
I tried, but nope.
No
All right.
dice. That's fine.
Alright, we will have to fill her in because today is going to be a pretty big lore dump.
Yeah.
So grab your popcorn, grab your drinks.
And let's get ready for some D&D fuckery.
I love D&D.
And now, since this is all lore dumpery, because I know another session we have lore dumpery.
So yeah, get your notebooks out and get ready to write stuff down.
Get ready to write more notes.
Opening my Google Doc.
Right. Opening freaking notepad.
I refuse.
Alrighty, so last session we are going to go ahead and recap a little bit here. Last session, y'all decided to go ahead and make your way to Steph's, to where you guys are making your way up to Dandelier, aka the Dwarven City. So, a couple of days into the journey, you guys ran into who you now know her full name is Fatali, aka who used to be known as Echo, also known as Silky's wild sister. She fills you guys. Yeah, she fills you guys in that Silky's sister Piper is currently in Dandelier, and she is hosting a bunch of music shows in order to celebrate the display of what is known as Starmetal in Dandelier. And telling her, oh, there's, food off in the distance and such towards Steph's where you guys are, she just takes off running. Anyway, you guys...
Well, at least we know which direction she's in, so she'll be fine.
Yeah, she'll be okay. She's fine.
We know she'll be fine. She survived how long out here?
That is true.
And
She ate a donkey.
she'll be back for the stew.
A donkey? Did she like eat 2 or 3 of them?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes. But still,
and then she almost ate us.
Yeah.
we almost became dinner.
Seems to be a reoccurring theme.
Yeah. So,
Being Konosuba, motherfucker.
a few days later, you guys come across a couple of wild animals, buy some potions, and then you guys run into an abandoned cart on the side of the road that is overrun and being looted by a bunch of dire raccoons.
A few trash pandas.
And these trash pandas decided to wake up and choose violence as they dealt a lot of damage to you guys.
Yeah, I'm still missing 2 dexterity, motherfucker.
Yeah, causing you guys to pretty much stay in the town of Steph's for almost a week. So,
What was up?
after some in-town labor from Ragnar, doing some cleaning work, and then collecting some assistance from Alistair to go clean out a horse stable.
And what was the name of that horse?
Mungo.
Mongo.
Mungo.
I am never helping you again.
It's better. You can't.
Teleport.
You don't like
can
being.
blink.
You don't like being treaded on by a stallion.
I don't like getting fucking stamped. Just don't like getting just destroyed.
So yeah, you guys essentially were doing just some labor around town. Silky spent most of her time in the library reading. And now you guys finally decide to pack up your stuff and begin making your way to Homeland, which is the town at the base of Dandelier.
On the road again?
One thing I will ask is if that cloak that I was getting made is done.
It is, yes.
Okay. I will pay Alistar for it.
I will just look at you when you try to pay me and be like, I did labor and got it done for free. No money was exchanged to do this.
I still hand you like 5 gold.
All right.
Just take it.
Not gonna look a gift horse in the mouth. I will look at donkey because we lose those often enough.
All right. So, making your way out from Steps, you're on the road. First day, nothing eventful happens per se. Jacob, you can go ahead and regain your 1 point of your missing Constitution or Dexterity.
It might be Dex, because it's the last one. Like, literally, I need 1 more now.
It's you actually get 1 point back for each.
Yeah.
Yeah, but my dex was the one that had more
Yeah, it was down.
points
by-
taken from it, while Khan only had like 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Second day out onto the road. You guys actually come across another gentleman on a cart, much smaller than yours, pulled by a regular horse. And he hails to you all and he says, "Hello, travelers. By any chance, is there a Ragnar Goldbottom Jr. amongst your party?"
I think everyone
Indeed.
just does the thing where we just turn and look at him.
Yep.
Is he the one?
I'm driving the
front
cart.
anyway.
What'd you do this time?
The gentleman's going to pull up beside you guys. He's going to reach back into his parcel and he's going to hand you a letter.
Oh, thank you. I've been expecting this.
We can get mail.
All right. Well, that appears to be everything. Good day, folks.
Thank you, good sir.
Okay.
Crack of the reins and then off he goes.
Man, can
I
get
do
mail
toss
even on
him-
the road?
I do toss him a gold coin.
Oh, much generous. Thank you very much, sir. All right. So you hand the reins probably off to like Xavier or somebody. You open up your letter and it's a letter from your parents.
Haha! Wonderful.
It says, "Dear Ragnar, while it is happy to hear from you and that you are safe on your travels, we were quite shocked to have another letter sent or received recently due to the fact that you are on your way home to Dandelier, after only being away for only a few months. We're excited to see you come home for the Starmetal celebration. And if you are in need of the funds that you requested in your previous letter, we will be happy to see how your financial situation is when you arrive in Dandelier. Stay safe, and we cannot wait to see you, Mom and Dad."
Aw.
Well, that's wonderful. Things are looking up for us.
All right, day 3. Now is when I'm going to have to start asking for encounter rolls.
All right. Who's first?
I was first last week.
KP jumping in immediately.
Oh,
Okay. Day 3 being a 60.
We're just hoping my luck is better than what it's been.
Yep.
Like the
Yep.
lady spider bear.
Yet another beautiful day out. And you have safe travels along the way.
Yay!
Day 4. Who's next?
I guess I'll go.
Oof.
Oh no.
Oh, yes.
I had a feeling that would happen.
All
Eh.
right. What kind of dire creatures are you sending after us now?
What are we gonna almost die to this time?
Well, let's see what I can find here.
They're not werewolves, they're wolves.
Fuck you. So, let's take a guess. While
Oh,
he's trying to figure it
but-
out,
But
What
the
kind
the white wolves all dressed in leather, have chains and everything. Is like, why do we exist?
why do we exist?
Alright, I'm guessing dire iguanas.
I think
Yeah.
it's some sort of bird.
Dire bird?
Badgers.
Just don't let it be a bird or a
So-
badger.
All right, you're saying
Just-
so
well,
we got.
and don't let it be mountain lions. I'm tired of the mountain lions.
You know what? No, I'm gonna be the asshole here. Dire rabbits.
Squirrels.
The only thing
Oh
dire-
You
god.
know what? I was thinking of the rabbit from Monty Python because of that. Thanks, Jacob.
Yeah, I know, right? The
and
killer
then the
rabbit.
animator suddenly died and everyone was fine.
You know what they're gonna be? Feral donkeys.
Oh god.
Feral
donkeys.
They got rabies.
Let's not have any more animals with rabies or diseases, please.
Yeah, I don't think my constitution can handle it.
I don't think my deck's gonna handle it.
I don't think my brain and emotions can handle it today.
Alrighty, well, unfortunately, a 9 is definitely something that we're gonna have to go to the battle map for.
Yep.
I
Yeah.
hate this map. I hate this map so much.
Alright, let's clear that out. Alright, so, as you guys are making your way down the way here,
Okay.
let's see here. You, Ragnar, give me a perception roll.
Woohoo! I'm good at these. Not really.
You sure
Well,
about
you
that?
are today.
Alright, so you happen to see this pretty damn far away. On the road, you happen to see the looming figures of 2 creatures.
Oh gosh, 2.
One of them appears to be unmoving and lying dead on the ground. That is big, black, and furry. As you
Dire grizzly
see,
bear?
a giant, or a giant grizzly bear appears to be that appears to be lying dead on the ground, with a much larger creature.
I said the grizzly bear's the dead one. What the fuck killed the grizzly bear?
Yeah, okay, what the... Alright, what killed the
No.
grizzly?
I don't want to know, guys.
Well, actually, it's not that big.
What if we just leave?
That's even more concerning.
Actually, it's not that
Follows
big.
us.
Guys, what if we just leave right now? We turn around and just walk through the woods.
Crickets.
I want to see what it is.
Alright, so you stop the cart, and you're just watching the bear, and then all of a sudden you see this little lizard thing.
Tiger iguana.
Make me a knowledge nature or knowledge arcana.
You got it, Cody. I have faith in you.
Oh no.
Yeah, that's not going to be high enough.
Anybody else see this thing?
Well, I would pull the cart to a full stop.
And that would notify you guys, hey, there's something on the road.
Alright, what is it?
Nature or Arcana?
Nature or arcana.
Fuck you. Oh, never mind.
Fuck you.
Alright, Alistair, you happen to see this little guy.
I haven't seen anything in your life.
What?
It's a fucking iguana.
You can just see it just sitting there on top of the giant bear, just munching away at it.
Do I know what that is?
Yes. You know
I
this
don't-
thing.
I like this.
You know this thing to be a crimson basilisk.
Oh!
Oh.
On a scale of 1 to we're fucked, how fucked are we?
Would you roll a 23?
Yeah. Not the best.
Not the worst by far.
I mean,
I'm the highest that roll can go right now is 26, so.
You do know that this thing does have a blood frenzy that it likes to go into sometimes whenever it senses fresh blood.
Oh, good. We have one of those too.
It has an acidic bite, and it has a wounding gaze.
You wouldn't happen to remember if these things hunt in packs, do you?
You do know that they are either hunting in solidarity or a pack between 2 to 5.
Alright, so that is a Crimson Basculus. Opens mouth. DM speaks for everything that I was just told. And they tend to hunt in groups of 1 to 5.
what are the
What if
chances?
we just go around.
Yeah.
Nah, it could smell fresh blood.
Is anybody wounded currently?
Well,
Is anyone
the other issue is the fact that we'd have to take the cart off the road, and
I mean,
currently we only have one donkey pulling it.
It was Xavier.
I also don't think the cart is built for off-roading.
Josh, may I just... What is a wounding gaze? Like, it stares you and boom, you have a laceration?
It causes you, meeting the gaze of a basilisk causes you to bleed from the eyes, ears, nose, and mouth.
Ah.
Meeting its gaze or just having it gaze at you?
Just having it
Idiot.
gaze at you.
Oh, so...
Guys, we need to go around this thing.
They are
Alright.
roughly about 6 feet long and weigh over 400 pounds.
Unless...
I don't think I can kill that thing before it gets over here.
Yeah, I don't think any of us can.
Well...
Do you know what their natural predators are?
I think they're the predator.
Yeah, I think they're top dog out here. Just saying.
Are
Potentially.
they naturally from, like, this area, Josh?
They are subterranean carnivores that sometimes come up to the surface only when desperate for food, but they mostly live underground.
Yeah, they're mostly underground things. So, I mean, theoretically, it eats the bear, it may leave.
So we just wait it out.
We could. Theoretically.
Do we want to just...
Yeah, while they survive on a
safe.
diet, of plants, mosses, and meat, they prefer blood above all else.
They're a little underground.
Right, so we just sit in the cart and we eat our hardtack and we just let the donkey graze and take a break.
I'm with Aristelle on this one.
We stay
What-
right here. We don't go any further.
One
If
question
that
though.
thing even... You know what? It might even be better to say, let's go back a bit.
Yeah, I was about to say, what happens if it looks at our donkey?
Same thing
Donkey's
happens
dead.
to us. Blood pours from every open orifices that the suckers got.
Then we're
Well,
done.
I know.
I say we
know
back
that,
up.
But it's like, if it looks at the donkey, it's gonna come over here. So
We
It's just-
leave. Let's just back up a bit and see
Yeah.
if it leaves.
I agree with that.
Alright, we can go ahead and avoid this encounter, because eventually, maybe a few hours later, it's just going to raise its head, like sniff around a little bit, and then just scurry away.
Fantastic.
Like, no offense.
You guys
I would
totally,
rather
you
fight
guys
the
totally
bear.
could have taken that, by the way.
Yeah, we could have, but with our track record,
19 AC with 68 HP.
do you think I can hit a 19 AC with my track record
Gosh, with
alone?
my luck today, I'm not hitting the broadside of a damn barn.
Nah, you guys are fine.
I
Now, the
can't
question
even
was,
hit a
was it
fucking
alone?
giant ass dire frog with a stick.
Alright, day 5.
Is my 10th dex damage gone finally?
Don't let us die, don't let us die, don't let us die. Okay, it's better than what Matt rolled, so I'm okay with this.
I'm
Yeah.
okay with that.
You guys just catch some bad weather.
Okay.
Okay.
it,
Alright, you guys are now at the crossroads, and a big sign that at the crossroad points to the right, says Homeland, Dandelier, and Lavahorn. And then to the left is Vajra and Iban Keep.
Ha da da ta ta. Off to Dandelier.
But
Yep.
we're stopping in Homeland, I thought.
Well,
Oh,
yeah.
it's on. Yeah, it's on the way.
Oh,
Yeah,
So
we
we have
gotta
to go
go
through
through Homeland to get to Dandelier.
hey, yeah.
Yeah,
we-
we're
we'll go
here.
Homeland.
So
All right. Day 6.
Who hasn't rolled yet? Sabian with an 88.
Ooh, an 88. Okay.
Or if you're special, double infinity.
As long as it's not a single number. Or below 20.
We'll be fine.
I'm actually going to go ahead and put that 88 to the side.
But I don't like that.
It shall return to us with good favor.
My mother is texting me. She's trying to get my attention. Like, son, child, fruit of my loin, bruh. And I'm like,
Jesus.
Mom, I'm being a dungeon master. Goff. Alright, I'm gonna hit, like I said,
Get
I'm
out of my
gonna
room!
hang
I'm trying to play Minecraft.
Alright, so, Homeland. You guys finally arrive there. I unfortunately only have an image of it when it was in wintertime, but pretty much
Okay.
this town at the foot of the Dwarvan Mountain basically provides as a safe haven for anybody who is traveling up the mountain. As you guys enter this town in particular, you guys happen to notice that this town is very populated by a bunch of different races and such. And you guys can definitely see a much more dense presence of guards, more specifically Dwarven, in full like metal armor, battle axes, war hammers, and such. Make me perception rolls.
Woo.
Man, the percentage is great tonight.
Alright, so 8 and Aristella, you guys happen to be paying a lot more attention to like the surroundings of the people and such. And you guys overhear a lot of conversation about individuals talking about this new display of the Starmetal at the museum and how they want to go there. However, there's a lot of different races, especially a part of the elven and half-elven varieties, that are saying that they would like to go into the city. However, they are afraid of the city itself.
Guys, something seems to be going on here. Perhaps before we step inside, a few of us should see what information we can get.
I mean, the best person for that would be, and I point to Ragnar.
Because it seems
Yeah,
like
what you want to know?
some people are
There
afraid. Go for it.
Something. Oh, sorry. I don't know if Ragnar is going to necessarily be the best one for this.
Well, unless if Ragnar read a bunch of history books, probably not. I was kind of looking into Dandelier when we were in Steps, and yeah, you're kind of gonna have a little bit of a problem here. 8.
Oh, yes. Well, about that.
Looks
other-
over to them like, what do you mean?
Other dwarves are kind of what's the best way to put this?
They're kind of racist.
Prejudice.
Yeah, I think that's the best way to put it.
The
Trying
dwarves,
to play it nice.
the dwarves and the elves have been at each other's toes for hundreds of years.
I mean, aren't they kind of like polar opposites of each other?
Well, it's not so much that they're polar opposites. They have a very, very long history. But
And they just tend to butt heads.
yeah. Plus, their standards are different. It's
Two
just the
completely
Bloodstone.
different cultures coming together, and it doesn't always mix well.
Yeah.
I never cared to read up on the subject, so I couldn't tell you why dwarves are racist against knife ears. It's
Is
just
there-
what we are.
Hey! Why
Oh,
are you saying
back
knife
here.
ears?
It's just
Hey,
something you're
dear,
going.
You just stepped in it.
Oop, I stepped in some racism.
Listen.
Okay,
I'm just trying to
okay,
give you an
Neckbeard.
idea of what you're going to. Exactly. You know,
Anyway,
don't
is
be
there
afraid
a
to
way to
report.
lessen it?
Stares and
Midget.
shooted.
Hide your ears.
Yeah, pretty much.
Here I sit staring at human being like they both suck.
Does anyone have? You know, let me see if I can go to a shop and find something like a hood or something.
Oh, you need a hood?
Like
I got an extra.
Like a
Where do you
cowl.
keep
Or
those? Where do you keep those?
In my backpack, I need a winter and a summer one. One's lined with fur, the other is a nice, breathable hood. There's one made for hiding in trees. It's covered in leaves.
I'm not going to argue with the man.
I can't argue with them either.
And
Being prepared is useful.
I'm just surprised it's not covered in dirt and mud.
No,
I
you
mean,
can't
there's probably some of that in there too.
You can't pull the bowstring laying down on the ground. It hurts your elbows.
That doesn't mean you can't hide on the ground before scurrying up a tree.
Yeah, but then I can't line up the shot ahead of time and just kill them before they get near me.
Anyways.
Sad, but
Here's a
true.
hood.
Hey, thank you.
We really don't want to spend too much time here in Homeland, though. Maybe just spend the night and then head out in the morning. It'll be a safe passage from here to Dandelier anyway.
I was about to ask, is it just a tunnel? How does this work?
No. There is a large path that leads halfway up the mountain. And then, for what I've read, there's the gate that leads directly into Dandelier, and the city is built inside the mountain.
Hmm.
I can confirm everything she's just said.
All right.
There's also some sightseeing along the way that I'm excited for.
Does anybody have a pin or something we can use to, make sure that 8's hood doesn't fly off?
We also might want to pick up some winter gear while we're here. Because I know I don't have any.
Casually putting on winter cloak.
This
We
man-
can't all be over-prepared, Alistair.
My job is travel. What do you expect from me?
I swear,
mean-
you need to start a traveling business.
I don't actually need winter gear.
Nor do I. I grew up here. This is kind of like my bread and butter.
It's kind of shocking for you, Xavian. You're from the desert. You would
It
think you would
Say,
be
aren't
more
you from the
sensitive.
desert?
They just get cold at night.
Yeah, it still gets really cold at night when you're in the desert.
Okay, I'm just gonna go buy a jacket then, I guess.
Something thick and warm sounds lovely.
Alright, so for a set of winter clothes, KP, if you want to buy any, it's 5 silver.
Okie dokie.
Jacob, are you buying anything?
I'll be buying winter clothes as well.
For you, it's going to be 9 silver.
Let's be tall and lanky.
Because he's an elf.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. So once all of you acquire your winter gear, you guys start making your way up the paths into the mountainside. Now, along the way, you're of course going to be seeing a bunch of other people traveling back and forth between Homeland and the city of Dandelier. About halfway through the path up to Dandelier, you guys are going to come across a big, or 2 large statues that reside on either side of the path that all lead up into the mountain. Silky gets a little excited when she sees this, and she points it out to everybody, and she says, "There it is."
What exactly is this?
They're memorial statues. These are supposed to be the 2 dwarves that helped build the path up to the gates of Dandelier. Their names were, I think it was Doraham and Halu? And she, like, shows everybody a piece of paper that has their names on it. It was Halul Thunderhorn and Doraham Wraithmantle.
Sorry, Rusty's gonna hate me with my next character.
Yeah, I don't really get why they got statues for building a path, but you know, it's just a road.
Well, I'm sure it took quite a long time and a lot of hard work.
Well, legend has it that it was just these 2.
Just these 2?
Yeah. At least for what I read about, just these 2 guys built this entire path up to the mountain.
Yeah, I'd say that's pretty deserving of a memorial.
I mean, that's even if they did it, because legends are often exaggerated.
Well, even so. They must have at least played a big part in it.
Especially
That'll give you.
Dwarven legends are often exaggerated, you'll find, because of all the alcohol.
Well, even so, legends hold some truth.
Alright, then after a couple days journey, because this is a pretty far path into the city, you guys camp around with a bunch of other civilians, and you know, everybody is having a good old time. They're just sitting around talking, having a couple drinks. So finally, you guys reach the gates of Dandelier.
Yeah.
I can smell the forges already.
Yes, and you guys, speaking of the forges, you guys actually do notice that as you guys are getting closer and closer to the path, or the gates into the city, it's getting warmer. But just slightly enough. Then-
we ain't freezing our particles off.
Then, we welcome you, therefore, to the city of Dandelier.
Ooh. Fancy.
You do have to admit, Dwarven architecture is quite amazing.
Yeah?
I mean, yeah, when you can do a lot more when you're making something and you're just carving it straight out over the side of a wall. instead of just building it from the ground up.
All right. So, of course, Dandelier is the Dwarven capital. Here resides the largest population of dwarves available in the world, alongside of gnomes, goblins, and much other underground or mountain-dwelling races. Dandelier is very famous for their craftsmanship, jewelry crafting, and forges, as well as most typical civilizations of dwarves are. The city was built over 5 millennia ago. It has a very, very long history, in which you guys will see are plastered on posters as you enter the city. Come to the displays at the museum as a historical event, as history is taught throughout the tour, along with the grand finale of our display of our country's pride and joy, Starmetal.
Does it give a date when they are putting it up, when the display is open to the public?
The displays are open all throughout the week, but it is advised to take the night tour.
Okay. And I imagine it's day.
Correct.
Well, since it recommends the night, should we find some lodgings?
Well, there's a bunch of stuff that we can do here, actually. We can find some lodgings, we can go, just tour around the city, really. And then I know, Ragnar, you said you wanted to go to your parents.
I was about to say, there's no need for lodgings if we're in my hometown.
Not only that, we can see about getting Xavian here a new. What was your weapon?
Earthbreaker.
Lord,
See if we can try to get him an Earthbreaker or something close to that.
Well, I'm sure there's plenty of them here.
And who knows? We could probably see if they might
this
have
is
a
the
weapon
capital
more.
of forging.
Well,
If they don't
who-
have something like that here, nobody does.
Well, we could also see if they have any weapons suitable for me, since I'm going to be in the front line as well.
We don't really sell sticks here.
It doesn't have to be
Ragnar?
a stick.
Ragnar,
Oh, I stepped in racism.
Ragnar, your predispositions are showing.
I was
I mean,
entire
I-
time this was happening. Alistair is just cackling, like he's holding his stomach, trying not to make it obvious, but he's just loving it.
And
I was
Ragnar,
just-
if you keep making such comments, you're going to make it quite obvious that
No,
one of
no.
us that is traveling with us
See, you've
may
completely
not
mistaken.
be welcome everywhere.
You've completely mistaken what I've said here. We quite literally don't sell sticks. They're used
But you
for
sell
fuel for fire.
You sell staves.
No, we don't. If
Metal
you want a broom,
staffs.
well, metal staffs, yes. If you want a broom, they're made out of stone. You're not going to find a wooden broom here. So you won't find a stick.
Surely you must use something other than stone to sweep your floors.
Yeah, they use hay for the bristles.
Yeah, they probably use some of their beards.
Ew.
8.
I mean, yes,
Oh, I stepped in racism.
we braid hair and use it to sweep the floors.
I mean,
I give up. I give up.
Alistair,
Cookie, you can
he's
be mom
trying-
now.
Alistair's trying his hardest not to lose it. He's tried his best, man.
All right, so are you guys heading to the Gold Bottoms?
I
I
would.
suppose that should be
Yeah.
our first destination.
First stop.
Ragnar leads the way.
All right. Winding through the city and through the crowded streets.
All throwing slurs at each other.
Yeah, you guys just pass by a whole bunch of different people, mostly dwarves, just on their way back and forth to work and from shops and such. The bridges that connect each of the segments of the mountain range, where you would just go across bridges to one side of the mountain to another pillar that's been carved into the mountain. And then you look down, and then you can see, like, all the way down the mountain, like, hundreds, if not thousands of feet of just a drop straight down. And
Okay, everybody stay on the platform.
you guys could definitely see that Dandelier has a very well-organized fashion of just moving items or from moving people from one place to another. You can see on the very lower levels, you can see large like cast iron pots being moved on chains that contain like tons and tons of rocks and ores and buckets of lava just being transported back and forth down on the lower levers, which you could assume would be the mines. On the middle layers is where you have like the residential area, where you have your shops and just the common places for people to go around, including main buildings like Central Hall, the libraries, the like a lot of the different blacksmiths, inns, and tons of taverns. You can't walk 15 feet without seeing a tavern.
That kind of place.
And then you have the upper district, which is closer to the peak of the mountain, where your winter clothing actually starts to take a toll on you because of how warm it is up here, because heat rises, obviously.
We're switching cloaks.
Here you have like the high ends of the Dwarven cities, where you have like your really expensive shops, such as your jewelers, your magic shops, and where you
Items
have
from the overworld. Sticks. They grow out of the ground.
and where you would also see the upper end of the central district to be where you could assume that the council resides. Ragnar takes you guys in between the middle and the upper districts to the housing area that's on these levels, until eventually you come to a part of the mountain where you can see that there are homes that are built jutting out from the rock, but you can see that they go further into it to maximize the amount of space that each of these houses have. And I don't have an image for the outside of the home, unfortunately, but Ragnar's house, obviously outside, it's very well decorated. It's well lit, made from many different types of stones and granites and such, and with a large decorated wooden door on the front of it. And then above it, of course, has the sign of Gold Bottom Sanitation.
I grab the big ass knocker and start knocking.
So
The big ass knocker for him. It's a regular size knocker for the rest of us.
Yes.
So, Ragnar, is there anything that we should be aware of before we meet your parents?
Not that I could think of. Might lose an ear or two, but just because they're chatterboxes.
Casually puts earmuffs on.
Oh, and prepare to have some ale with dinner.
Takes earmuffs off.
I don't see that as a problem.
And if you want any tea leaves, steep them yourself.
Eventually, the door is going to open, and before you guys stands a stout woman, draped in what appears to be a long, flowing blue cloak with white, with a white trim on the hood, some blue robes, and her hair done in two side buns, and what appears to be a large, decorated stone crown on her head. And she opens the door and she looks at you all, and then looks down, gives a big smile and her hands up, and she calls out, "Ragnir, honey, you're home!"
Hello, Mother. It's so good to be home.
Oh, it's so good to see you. I was so shocked to hear that you were coming home. And so early, too. What happened to you? And she, grabs his face and, just turns it to just inspect him.
Oh, well, a friend of mine here needs a new Earthbreaker. And where else could you get one except for Dandelier?
Oh, but of course! Dandelier has all the best mining equipment and earth-shattering prospects in the world.
Also, we have some business here.
Oh,
With Star Festival and whatnot.
With the what? I'm sorry.
Star Festival.
Oh, with the Starmetal, of course, of course. Well, it is a pleasure to meet you all. My name is Familda Goldbottom, and you all are?
I'm 8. Wonderful to meet you.
Hello, I'm Alistair.
My name is Silky.
I'm
Hello.
Xavier. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Hi, I'm Aristella.
Oh, it's a pleasure to meet all of you. All right, you made such nice friends, so well mannered. Come in, please, everybody. Watch your heads as well. Everybody's so tall.
Well, what is the height of the ceiling?
Yeah, I was gonna say, what is the height?
The ceiling height is approximately 6 feet.
Oh shit!
I think I'll be okay. I'll be okay as long as I don't run into a chandelier.
Oh,
Yeah, I'll be
I'll
fine as long as I don't run into a chandelier.
I'm 5'7".
Yeah, Rusty, we're fine. Me and Rusty are both.
5'7"?
Yeah, me and Rusty are both 5'9", I think.
I'm 5'7".
I'm 5'5". I'm okay.
No, I'm 6'6".
You're nearly bent in half. Damn. You should
Yeah.
know what's on your
He'll be
knees.
fine.
Well, I'm scraping.
get the eagle.
I'm scraping my head. 8's dodging chandeliers, and Xavier's about to have back problems.
Davey's about to
Get to
develop
Igor.
scoliosis.
No. He's trying to get to giant Igor.
Alright, then you guys are led into the home, and she calls out, Raj! Raj, your son's home! Which one? You're Junior. Who else? Alright, so we
Did you not
enter.
get the letter?
No, sweetie. Your father did. He's just been very busy recently. Your cousins
Oh.
have been giving him quite the trouble.
Ah, yes. They tend to do that.
Alright, so you guys meet the Goldbottoms. Ragnir Goldbottom Sr. and his wife, Familda.
Ah,
Why does
father!
that sound a little too close to, Starmetal?
Ah, that is my own flesh and blood. Welcome home, boy. How was your travels?
Dangerous.
Oh, dangerous, you say?
I'm sorry to say this, but all the donkeys perished.
No, not bend over.
Bendover unfortunately met his demise.
Oh, he was such a good ass.
He was. That ass got eaten.
Oh, such a shame. Such a shame.
Yes.
Now, who are your friends? who are your friends? Of course, you all go through introductions again. And he says, well, I welcome you all to Dandelier if you have not received any type of welcoming yet.
Your wife was quite courteous to greet us at the door.
It's much appreciated, though.
Right. So, what brings you home so soon? I wasn't expecting you to be home at least for a year. And let alone, you didn't bring no woman again. I tell you, every time you go out, at least put yourself out there, boy.
I mean,
He's
Oh, no,
definitely
we
been
can-
trying in our travels.
Well, it's a bit...
We just haven't
I
had
look-
much luck in the way of our adventuring.
I look to Silky and kind of wink at her. Does she pick up on?
God. Please don't make Silky hack up a hairball.
Just put a bucket in front of Silky.
KP! Oh, look, I said the racism!
Now we're dipping the toe in the racism.
Damn.
She didn't
I didn't
step
say
a
it
toe
in
in. She
character,
full on dived.
That's fair.
You know, she has us there. She's got us there. She didn't say that in character.
Oh,
Oh, damn it.
well,
I
at
thought I
least,
had you for a second.
well, at
Damn
least you've been trying. Your cousins have been such a pain in the ass.
Yes.
What they're trying to do, marry off Ragnar?
Well, I would at least love to have some grandchildren before I perish. Now, Raj, don't pressure the boy. Unfortunately, he doesn't have very good skills. I am to blame for that.
What are you talking about, mother? I could get a woman anytime.
Alistair is stifling so much.
I
laughter.
feel like as he says that, everyone just like looks at him.
It's like,
I think the ladies just kind of look away like, wow,
I mean-
this place really looks nice.
How many
just-
dwarven women have we come across on our travels?
Well, that's also true.
I mean, you're all beautiful ladies, but my heart is set on a dwarven lady.
there's of 1,000 daggers.
Alistair kind of just looked at his
no,
hand.
no. A stare of 1,000 spears.
Alistair just looked at his hands and like, I'm a lady?
Looks back over to Alistair's like,
I put my hand on you, is like, with a beard like that? Absolutely.
I don't have a
Oh my gosh,
beard.
guys,
Oh, I'm looking at Xavier.
You've never seen the lower half of my face.
Did I say with the smooth face you have? Yes.
no, I think we did once.
No,
no, no,
No,
he-
he's been
he's been
taking
adamant.
very careful
He's
care.
been trying his damnedest.
Of course,
Alistair-
we also haven't been trying to pressure him or anything
Captain
like that.
Captain
I mean, hey.
Overprepared here is
Hey.
going through his entire process
He
of
is
making sure.
I mean, hey, we all have skeletons in our closet.
Look, he's the Kakashi of the universe. He has a fucking mask under a mask.
I do.
And under that mask is another mask.
I have a mask for eating, a mask for traveling, a mask for fighting.
So tell me, what exactly are you guys doing here? Surely it's not just for the Starmetal Festival.
Our friend Xavier here is in need of a new weapon. We unfortunately lost his weapon during an adventure.
And where better to get a weapon than some of the finest forges in the world?
Hmm. It's a good thing. Good thing. Well, I would love to offer you all lodgings. Unfortunately, the only room we have available here is Ragnar's. Unless if any of you are comfortable with sleeping with Ragnar, well then.
Father, don't push the subject.
I'm not pushing. I'm not pushing subject. I'm just saying. Your friend, your giant friend here is going to be developing severe back pains if he continues to stay here. So, I do have a friend in town, by chance, who would be more than happy to lend you all a room. Given,
That'd be very much appreciated.
yeah, given some of your nationalities.
I put
That
my
would've
thumbs
been-
up to Dad, like, way to go, Dad. Not being
You're
racist.
not being racist. Go, Dad. Is Xavier a human or are you a half orc? I can't remember.
Xavier's human. Or
Okay.
part.
Yeah, you could not. The only
To
way
my
you can
knowledge,
tell that
currently,
he's
you're human.
not actually human is when he gets angry.
I mean, that's pretty funny that there's not a single race overlap in the party right now.
For once.
I know, fair. That would be very much appreciated. Some of us are a bit taller and some of us are a bit meaner.
Also, unfortunately, I might have expended most of my funding.
Most of your funding already?
Didn't help when the
you've been gone
Fae-
only a few months.
Yes.
We happened to have a run-in with some Fae in one of the towns along the way.
You
They
know, those,
seem to be having quite a problem with the Fae stealing from
you know, those pesky little...
basically anybody entering town.
Yeah.
Oh dear, I wasn't aware that there was a Fae presence.
It's,
Not here, but what town was that?
world mapping.
town?
1 second.
World map.
It was.
Was it Satone?
No, I think it was Actora.
No, it was
I'm
Satone.
pulling up,
Oh, what's the tone? Why am I thinking Actora? We never went there.
yeah, I was like pulling up the world map on the
It was
on
in
my
Satone
phone.
that we
Right.
ran into the
Yeah.
bit of trouble with the Fae.
Oh, well, that should have been interesting. I wish I knew about it. I would have went there to study it a little bit more.
I think it's still going on. Don't worry.
Do be careful if you go there.
They do like shiny things from what I've heard.
But clearly,
More
all
than-
your fucking gold is gone.
Yes.
Not just
Amongst
our
many of our
gold.
potions.
Yeah. We found a wonderful stash of potions as well as extra gold, and, well, it's added to the face pile now. I swear, they're like dragons at times.
But, Mother, I would not make my way down there. There's a lot of missing persons at the moment.
Oh, we have been hearing about some people going missing recently.
It is a dangerous time there.
Like around here or just in general?
Satone.
Just in general around the areas. Here in Satone, there has been disappearances all over the Dwarven area. Which
Here
was
as
the
well.
reason why we were so relieved to receive your letters.
I'm sorry I didn't write more.
Well, there was that what was the name of that thing?
Nerid.
There was a Nerid in the lake in Satone.
Oh, interesting. Not very common that you hear about Nereids.
Yeah, and it was fully matured. We were
Really?
quite lucky.
Oh,
Oh,
Hence, that's where Xavier lost his sword.
I did
Hammer.
I did fail to mention that we're more than just a group of friends wandering around. We are the adventuring group known as the Nameless.
what kind of a name is that?
Well,
We're
we
hoping to
couldn't.
change it in the future here.
We weren't able to come up with anything on the spot. We kind of finished a job and it was big, so we kind of had to pick a name right away.
Oh, well, I'd be more than happy to hear about this job now. Because clearly you had to have received some sort of recognition.
Yes. Well, we accidentally prevented a smuggling ring, or intercepted a smuggling ring.
Slaver group.
We
Really?
also helped out Phalar.
The beekeeper.
I pulled up the coin.
You got a coin from Phalar!
We all did.
Yeah, we all produce our coin.
Yep.
Oh, well, by the gods damned! You're gonna tell me all about this adventure. Hang on. And he's gonna get up and he's gonna go into the kitchen and Fermilda's gonna turn to the ladies of the group and say, "Oh boy, here he goes. Why don't you girls come with me? We can go have some girl talk."
Oh, Mother, before you go, hold out your hand for a moment.
She does so.
I put the coin that I got from Phalard in her hand. I know you like your mead sweet.
Oh, Ragnar, that's so kind of you. Thank you.
I thank you for sending me out as you did. I would never have met these wonderful people.
All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and
That coin is gonna get used so much.
copy the four of you, and then the girls are going to step out into the back of the house, while Senior's gonna come out with 4 huge mugs of ale and just sets them down on his desk, and he's like, "Go ahead, take one. Now, tell me everything about Phalar. I am very curious to know about him."
Do you want us to actually go through this, Josh?
No.
Okay, good. Thank you.
No.
uh,
Over with the ladies, you guys are led into the rear of the house, into a separate room where you guys are going to be introduced to Fermilda's library.
Ooh.
Obviously, as soon as the doors
Silky's in heaven.
As soon as the doors open, Silky's eyes just dilate. She's like, "Oh, books." I take it you're the avid reader of the group. Of course.
Quite the reader.
I love books. Well, feel free to browse around. I have quite the collection. After all, I am the one who taught Ragnar all of his magic. Well, hence the reason why I wanted to bring you 3 back here, just so we can have a chat a little. And she's gonna turn to 8, and she says, "Sweetie, you can also put your hood down, honey. I know you're an elf.
How do you know?
I can sense druidic magic anywhere. And judging by your build and stature, it's kind of obvious."
Fair enough, but I'm actually...
Twig.
Fuck off! I'm
Your
actually
knife here is
surprised you're
puzzled.
able to still sense some druidic magic from me.
Yeah, well, when you study magic for as long as I have, it basically becomes second nature.
That's not what I fully mean, because when it comes to druidic magic, I don't have much in the way of training or experience with it. Still trying to get used to it.
Well, nature is a very difficult process of understanding magic, and spending some time here in the Dwarven Mountains isn't really going to help. But I would strongly recommend you be very careful here in the city. You are going to come across a lot of discrimination here. Elves are not welcome here.
I'm guessing it has to do with some very strong history.
Yes, if you are planning on taking the museum tour while you're here, they can explain it there. But to make your life a tad bit easier, she's gonna walk to the back and she's gonna reach into her bookcases and she's gonna hand you a couple of scrolls. These are some scrolls that I have of Disguise Self. Just read the scroll, give a description of what that you wish to look like, and then poof, you will be unrecognizable. Just to make your time here a little bit easier.
Don't judge me. Not wanting to type out scrolls this guy, so scroll of DS. Thank you.
Of course, and every friend of Ragnir is a friend of mine, especially magic casters. So, be honest with me, ladies. How was traveling with my son?
He's a very hardworking gentleman.
Bit of a pain at times, but he pulls his weight.
He's a bit of pain, but like you say, he does pull his weight.
Hard to dislike someone when they work hard.
Well, at least he has that quality of his father.
I know in the last town we were in, he was working really hard while me and the big guy in the other room were out of commission for a bit.
Huh. It's good to see that he also has some responsibility, unlike most of his cousins. Well, I must thank you all for at least watching over him. He does have the tendency to cause a bit of trouble.
He hasn't been too much trouble.
Well, I'm glad.
Every now and again, just like most men, he puts his foot in his mouth, but
It's only
Um,
natural.
Oh, yes, I understand that, personally. His father was the exact same way. Always never knew when to shut his mouth. But your travels have been rather eventful, I would say. Upon, helping Phalar and stopping a slave trade.
yeah, that was an unexpected part of it. We were just looking to find his stolen bees and happened to stumble across at least part of a rather large slavery ring, but how far it actually extends is yet to be seen. But we can't, poke at it too much. We're not exactly the most experienced adventurers yet.
Experienced
I
or geared.
understand. Well, at least you all know your limits.
Yet on that one.
You're still figuring things out. I understand. There was a small period of time where I did some travels just to hone my magical capabilities, but I understand the struggles of an adventurer. Silky's gonna reach into one of the bookshelves and say, Miss Goldbottom, do you mind if I borrow this history book? Oh, of course, dear, but that is one of the newer written versions of it. I couldn't happen to find any of the older history books anywhere. But if you wish to read it, by all means, go for it. So, any of you have any questions or anything you would like to know about the city that perhaps I could answer?
Well, the festival it was recommended to come by at night. Do you know any reason why?
Oh, it's not so much of as a major festival, honey. It's more along the lines of a showcase. Is as you will learn on the museum tour, Starmetal has a very significant history to dwarves. It is our nation's pride and joy. And I don't want to spoil the surprise for you, but going for the nighttime showing and the tours of the museums are much worth it, more compared to the daytime showings.
I see. Looks towards Araceli. Do you have any questions?
Not that I can think of right now. There's. As you said, we'd gained a lot of knowledge going through the tour. Perhaps we'll go tonight if everybody's settled before then.
Oh, please, you all just got here. Spend a couple of days here in town. You'll love it.
Well, we plan to go to the tour, but Xavier, like we said, Xavier also needs a sword, and I'm sure it'll take a bit of time to find the right one for him.
Oh, please.
And
you'll find Earthbreakers just about here on every corner. They're primary tools used for geode crackings.
I'm not very familiar with swords, so I didn't know.
Oh, it's quite all right. If
It's a mace.
If you're looking for things to do, girls, there are some very nice shops for, if you're into dwarven fashion. There's also plenty of jewelers around here, and they can do some very, very amazing work.
We'll have to check it out.
Josh,
What's up?
don't forget one thing we forgot. One of the reasons why we came here. Because I'm sure Silky would remember this.
Silky's sister, yeah.
Her sword, getting it appraised.
Oh, fuck, I forgot about that.
Yeah. In that case,
No.
then Silky will ask this question.
Yeah, because I didn't want to ask that because that's more of like I didn't want to push that out to Silky. I'm like, this is Silky's. Rather
I just
have her be
I
more
know.
comfortable saying it than
I know it's
I mean,
been a
it's
while. since
Silky's
we talked
item,
about it.
yeah.
so.
Yeah, actually, I have my sword, and it has like a really, really strong magical property to it. I'm not exactly sure of its origins, but it won't come out. And I was curious to know if there was any actual appraisers in town or somebody who might be able to tell me anything about it. I do know one place. There's a good friend of mine who's very into magical item crafting. Perhaps she would be able to help you all with it? I'm not entirely sure what she'll be able to do due to the sword not being able to be pulled out, but I did happen to notice that it was very, very strong. What is your friend's name, if you don't mind me asking? Her name is Gunelda Hornhat. She owns one of the magic shops in the upper districts.
I'm gonna have to wrap that thing in lead.
We'll have to go take a visit to Miss Hornhand then. Well, excellent. She just, rocks and stands back up. We better get back to otherwise the boys are going to drink themselves into a coma.
Can't have that on the first day.
Come back, all the boys are in a coma.
I don't know. Are you?
Speak for yourself.
No, I think we'd be drinking pretty modestly at this moment. Too caught up into these stories.
Ah, there they are. We were wondering when you were all going to return.
We were admiring the library.
Ah. Books, not my forte. That is her side of the house, I have mine. And of course we all share dinner and such, but... yeah.
Share the dinner and the bed, right?
Exactly.
The best part about that statement is their pictures do not match what you just said.
He keeps track of the business side of things. She
Mhm.
keeps track of the records.
Oh, I have no doubt. It was just funny.
Well, honey, let me tell you, these boys have been through quite a lot.
Oh, I believe it.
Just off of their adventure stories. Well, Well, I was telling them they should at least spend a few days here in town.
I gotta tell us twice.
Well,
I
if
think
you
we're
if you are planning on heading out to find some lodgings, of course, Ragnar, your room is always open. You're going to be wanting to look for my friend Snarfar.
Starfar.
That's one hell of a
Narf.
name.
I just lean over to Alistair. I'm out. Lean over to Xavian. Do I say God bless you?
Snarf, snarf.
Just say bless you.
Snarfar.
do I hear goblins?
No, it's Snarf. Does nobody get the reference?
I get
think
the
Jacob did.
reference. I get the reference.
As I just posted a channel.
But does anybody else?
KP,
Oh, yeah.
I posted a channel.
I get
What
it.
the fuck is that from?
Nobody ever seen the Thundercats?
I did.
No, I actually have never seen the Thundercats.
Thundercats.
You are a cultured soul.
You
Yeah.
uncultured son of a bitch. You neckbeard.
I feel sorry for your loss.
Oh my
I mean,
god.
I didn't see a lot of Thundercats, but like, Thundercats
Slurp.
was one of the things that I would watch when I could on Cartoon Network.
I grew up watching it.
Every time Thundercats came on, I turned it off.
I'm so fucking glad at least someone knew about that reference.
I
I'm
could not get
so
into
happy.
Thundercats.
I'm so happy. I would have felt like such a boomer if nobody else got it.
Gosh, I'm pretty sure me and Rusty are both older than you.
I mean, you both are. All
Me
right.
and Josh are the age where it's like, God damn, I feel old.
Well, you're always happy to come on by, of course. And as for all of you, if you wish to browse the library, it's open.
Thank you much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Oh, before you head out, Ragnar, take this. Try not to spend it all in one place. He tosses you a bag full of coins.
Thank you, Father.
Thus, Ragnar
Now,
ceased
Mother.
and all in one place.
I don't expect to see you at least for 2 whole months. That's going to be 2 months of your allowance.
I appreciate it very much so.
Oh, and if you see any of your cousins on your journey, tell them get their asses back here. They've been gone for far too long.
Yes, sir.
Taking 2 whole days to clean out the fucking shitter.
Oh, speaking of which, Father, this man here, as I point to Xavian, has great potential as a cleaner.
Xavier or Alistair?
Alistair.
Not Xavian, Alistair.
Alistair's the one that helped you.
Yeah.
I know. I just got them mixed up. I'm sorry.
I look at you with the stare of 1,000 arrow tips ready to be launched in a volley.
Oh, trust me.
Oh, well, if I happen to have any special orders coming in, and you know how crazy the special orders get here, I'll have to give you a call.
Sir, I will respectfully say, fuck you. And this is the Ragnar. This is the Ragnar Jr. I think I'll stick to hunting.
Nah. So you get a little shit on your boot. You should be used to it. It's fine.
Oh, it's not the shit I'm worried about. It's fighting a fucking dire horse.
Mungo.
I think the correct answer to that is getting your ass whooped by a
My
tiger.
ass.
Can I just say one thing, and I've been dying to say it since the last one?
Yes, just say it.
Telegram for Mongo. Telegram for Mongo.
Mungo here.
Wait. Mongo? You mean the horse down at Steps?
Yes.
you know that?
Oh, he's like one of the best working horses I've ever seen.
Yeah.
We had to clean his pin.
He was originally a mining horse. He would be down in the mines lugging carts back and forth full of rock and stone.
Oh, God.
No wonder he was so
Rocky Stone.
angry.
Well, it's not so much as he's angry, he's a beefy motherfucker. I can't believe you actually managed to clean him.
We can't lean just stables, all right? I couldn't have done it without my dear friend here.
I was just the bait.
Well, listen, boy. Whenever you have a job such as Mongo, the giant rats that are here, or any other monsters that you come across in the sewers, bait is always appreciated.
I hate this kingdom.
You'll come to love it, boy. We have the best ale around. You drink away the memories of the job. Go in the next day, rinse and repeat.
Alistair's just politely found himself the door.
Oh my god. I'll be right back real quick.
I love teasing that man. It's so fun.
He does seem like a riot.
Too easy.
All right. So everybody wishes the Gold Bottoms a good night. You guys begin making your way back into the city.
Are you staying with your family, Cody, or are you gonna come with us?
I'm gonna come with the group. There's no reason for me to stay with my folks. I'm out on an adventure. I only stopped by for a visit.
All right, Cody, you can go ahead and proceed to add.
And I'm back.
I think it's. What is the? I gotta look at the conversion rate. Make sure that I don't give you a wrong number because I'll never hear the end of it. 50 platinum pieces.
All right.
So 500 gold in total.
I'm back up to 51 platinum pieces.
All right, so you guys are on your way to go find lodgings, correct?
Right.
The place that Papa Ragnar suggested.
Okay. So you guys are going to be coming across the tavern that is known, or the inn that is known as the Nesting Dragon.
Woo.
All right. Inside, you guys are going to find this place is packed with people.
Busy as ever.
Yeah, music is going to be playing in the background as you all step in. And most of the tokens that are on board are, of course, Dwarven tokens, but they are of different races. Again, this is the non-segregated tavern of the city. And of course, you're going to see the bartender behind the counter. You can see him zipping back and forth, just pouring drink after drink, and cups are piling up. You can see on the shelf behind him are just rows and rows and rows of pints, and then barrels upon barrels of ale behind him. You see a bunch of people just around talking. You can see a couple of them playing cards and games and such. You guys can see a party of dwarves over here in the corner who, like back in the tavern in Satone, you can see them stacking their cups up into a tower, and you can hear them shouting at each other and such. So what do you guys do?
I first off look at the dwarves stacking the cups up in the corner and lean down to Ragnar. Is there a purpose for that?
Ragnar, give me knowledge local.
Whoop.
Ragnar goes on to explain that the game that they're playing is a game called Tall Tale. It is a drinking game that is played by taking a drink of your ale, and then putting it down, and then saying the lines of a story. And then the next person would drink their ale, slam it down, and tell the next line of the story. And you would create a story based off of whatever the last person says. and if you vomit or if you knock down the tower, you pay for the drinks.
Okay,
And
don't
as you-
join in.
And as you can see with the dwarves in the corner, this tower that they have built right now is probably about 3.5, 4 feet tall. So it's an expensive bill. It's an expensive bill.
Interesting. And that's the only question I had.
All right.
All right, Ragnar, your family seems to know the owner of this establishment, so.
I guess I'm up.
Yep.
Now that I can control my token, I'm going to approach the bar.
What?
Mm.
You should be able to. What the hell?
Yep,
Yeah,
nope,
we-
I don't have control of mine either.
Now there you go.
What the fuck?
Nope. Now we're dead. Oh. Thanks for watching, everyone. We're dead.
There we go.
Now I do.
Yep.
Okay. Squeeze my happy little ass between these two.
Alright. So of course, you walk up to the bar. Bartender's like handing out a couple of drinks to the other workers that are over here. He looks over and he makes eye contact with you and he's like, "Well, by my stars in the night, Junior."
How we doing?
It's
What was his name again?
Snarfar Oakfinger.
Snarfar. How we doing, Snarfar?
Ah, business as usual, boy. What brings you back home?
Visiting for the Star Festival along with some other business. I am here with a group of adventurers, and we need lodging for the night. Well, for a few nights, actually.
Well, I got plenty of rooms open. How many are you looking for?
Let's do 2 rooms. Enough for... Was it 3 each? Yeah, we're completely split down the middle.
It's a split even.
Yeah, so enough for 3 people each.
Alright. Well, most of my rooms only have about 2 beds, so if you want to drag one from a not-occupied room, that's no problem.
Appreciated.
You
How
know,
much is that going to run us?
usual rates of a silver a night.
All right.
What are these friends of yours? As we're all just standing awkwardly.
Are you guys
Uh,
I think at this point we would just walk up
Yeah.
behind him. It's like after we can say that he's got it all situated.
Yeah.
yeah.
There was like
Just as a group of people start looming over him.
Yeah, just. Oh.
apparently
keep
they're
getting bars.
behind me. I would thought they would have been stuck at the door like lost little puppy dogs, but apparently they're behind me
We
and
have
beside
our-
me.
Ragnar, we're not idiots. We know that you just don't stand by the door of a bar.
Well, regardless, it's a pleasure to meet you all. You can...
Pleasure.
My name is Snarfar Oakfinger. The tavern owner here. Now, quite the interesting group you have here. You're from all over the place.
Yep.
All corners of the world, it would seem.
Well, it's always good to have diversity, at least here, because it's welcome here, unlike the rest of the city.
Yes, you've always had a good head on your shoulders. For that, more business.
Aye. And of course, adventurers are always welcome here. I understand the aspect of adventuring, and trust me, I've been in a couple of tight spots myself. If you ever need anything, no matter what situation you're in, feel free to come see me. I'd be more than happy to help.
Thank you very much.
Much appreciated.
He's gonna reach behind him. He's gonna put 2 keys on the counter. He says, "There are the keys to your rooms. And of course, pay by day or however you wish to pay."
Lump sum at the end of our stay?
Sounds good to me.
All right.
If
thank you
not,
very
I'll just bill your father.
There you go. That's even better. I like that idea. He'll find out about it after I'm long gone.
Ragnar, let's not upset your father, please.
Oh, please. My cousins do it to him all the time. They'll pass out at a bar drunk and end up spending the night unwillingly. And, of course, father gets the bill.
This is probably the least amount of inconvenience you could have.
And he was the one that recommended us to come here. So, I mean, it's only natural he'll pay.
All right, so you guys have acquired some lodgings. You visited Ragnar's parents. It's getting pretty late in the day, so as you guys are just hanging out in your rooms, you discuss what your plans are.
Alright, so, let's try and get our affairs in order, figure out where we need to go first.
Is your sister participating in the showing of the museum, or is she just a street performer in town?
I'm not entirely sure.
Perhaps we need to do some searching then. Or
yeah,
some
I kind of do.
questioning.
I definitely do want to find her.
I think that should take top priority.
I
don't
agree.
Oh, don't let me hold you guys back. Each of you have your own thing to do.
I do.
Well, you guys wanted to
Well,
go.
I think we all wanted to see the Starmetal anyway. It's not
Yes.
often we get to see something so unique.
I'm there still on that one.
I mean, well,
And if we get to see your sister in the process, it's a twofer.
Well, we're definitely doing that at night. So we can either go tonight or tomorrow night, or
I would kind of prefer tomorrow night.
yes.
I'm
Well,
sure
we're
if she's
making our
here for
travels.
the festival, she'll probably stay, most of the time, if not all of the time. Especially if she's part of the, the festivities with it.
Fair enough.
We should see if there's any bard competitions going on in town.
Mm,
Perhaps she's taking part of that, considering she's a bard.
We can also
I'm
see.
sure
If there's
Snarf.
we can also see if there's any type of work that we can get. I know you just got your next couple months allowance, Ragnar, but we don't want to mooch off of you.
I agree with that statement.
Yeah.
sure, we should go find a local chapter.
I'm
to-
sure with the festival going on, everybody could use an extra hand somewhere.
Certainly.
Well, we check with the Adventurers Guild. We may be able to see what's going on. There's most likely a chapter here in town, right?
Oh yeah.
I mean, it is a major city. I would be surprised if there wasn't.
It's mainly full of
We
dwarves,
just gotta
but I
find
mean,
it.
I'll be right back really quick.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, tomorrow Xavier can go look for a new Earthbreaker, while me and whoever else wants to come with me can see if we can find my sister.
I mean, I know the town best. I may as well go with you.
I might go look at the Adventurers Guild, see what we can find for work and such.
I'll join you with the Adventurers Guild.
Sounds good.
And that just leaves KP. What you doing, KP?
Well, probably shouldn't split up or go off on our own solo, especially with, even though there probably haven't been as many disappearances in Dandelier, but with all of them going around, you never know. So it's probably best to split up in at least pairs. So I guess I'll go with Sabian.
could have just said that you wanted to go with Xavier. You didn't have to beat around the bush.
Ragnar.
Right here.
You're free to punch him. You know that.
We all know you've got a thing for Silky.
I don't know what you're Rude.
Alistair kind of just puts his hand on her back, like, just let it out.
Rude, number one. And number two, I've never said such a thing.
And
know
the
what?
wink at her when talking with your father.
You know, I think the best option for you there, good Mr. Ragnar Goldbottom Jr., is to go looking for a lady. Go find love in the Dwarven capital. See what you can find on this episode of On This Play of the Dating Game.
I've been here long enough to know that I will not find what I'm looking for here.
Alright, fair enough.
There's not even a speed dating tavern anywhere.
I lied to my father. I'm not into dwarves.
Oh! What are you into? Come on.
This is not a conversation I want to be here for.
Nah, this is the juicy stuff, Sophie. This is exactly what we want to hear.
Oh my gosh.
Well, I'm going
What?
into our room so I can go read the book I borrowed from your mom.
Come on, Ragnar, spill the beans. What gets your motor running? What gets your cart? What gets your sails?
Wait, I think we
blowing?
need to leave now.
Yes.
All right, I'm gonna guess. I'm gonna guess. You like orcs?
Go ahead. I mean, strong, muscular women. Not too far off from a dwarf.
Ah, did I get it right?
No?
Ah,
I am back.
oh, perfect timing. We're trying to guess what kind of.
We're leaving.
The girls are leaving. Alistair's trying to guess what kind of women Ragnar is into because he's nothing better to do. You want to join the game?
Sure, why not?
All right, Xavier, what do you think? What is Ragnar into? He's not into orcs. He's not into dwarves.
He's not into dwarves.
I know. It's shocking. He lied to Papa, who gave him a lot of fucking money.
It's not wrong
Shit.
to lie about something that is none of his business.
Well, you got me there.
All right, we should establish this now. You are in the woman.
Yes.
Okay, that's established.
But maybe he wants both, guys.
I had to ask that question last week.
You did. Ask me about that for Alistair.
So, if he's not into dwarves and not into
The
women,
orc.
or
No, he's into
orcs,
women, not into
Yeah.
orcs.
maybe something that's kind of tall and lanky.
Ooh, you mean like an elf?
Nope. Keep guessing.
Oh.
Oh, thank God.
All right. What do we got? Humans?
Humans are
Humans-
bad.
They're bland.
Yeah, they're pretty brilliant.
Yeah. Ooh. Halflings.
No.
Short? Ah, good cooks. Okay, fair enough. This is like a really weird one.
Wait. Where's my phone?
Something more exotic with like horns and a tail, maybe.
Like a tiefling?
No.
Oh, okay.
Wait, I got
Welcome,
Got
to,
it.
the,
pulling up.
welcome to the
Are you
region
in
of Luavara, where daring adventures and heroic displays, and we're playing a dating sim now.
All right. You know, I got it. Something more Ragnar speed. A race smaller than him, but also just as intelligent. Gnomes.
No.
Ah,
No. I got it.
You don't get the gas. You left.
No, I'm sending it to you. I'm sending it directly to you.
Ah. All right. Not me pulling up the race chart.
Not me pulling up the race chart.
There you go.
I have it picked out.
There you
Let's put it that way.
You don't know the answer to that yet either.
Tell me when you watch it, and I'll post it in chat.
Chat's guessing goblins.
No. Goblins are good.
I mean,
no.
our little adorable friend, Gaz.
Okay, I gotta
Yeah.
post it in there because
Yeah, I
who
watched
called
it.
Gex.
Wait, who called it? Who called it out?
Gex.
Fucking Brady. There
Hmm.
you
Wait,
go.
what about Brady now?
There you go.
It's a feral goblin. No, it's not goblins.
Oh. You know what it is? A race made of rock. An Oread.
Nope.
Ah.
Oh, good guess. Good guess.
That was a
Yeah.
good guess. Good guess.
Yeah, yeah.
But no. Let's put it this way: Elf was closer.
Hmm.
Oh, elf was closer.
Elf was closer.
We need an elf. We need a thing, someone elf adjacent. Are we talking about like a sea elf or like a wood elf or a high elf? Like one of those
Nope,
weird...
nope.
Oh, all right.
That's still an elf.
I wasn't sure if we
No,
were
no,
being
not
that
you.
specific.
Brady.
What did Brady put in?
Drow.
Drow.
Drow is. Yes, it's a drow.
Really?
Yes, he's into drows.
No.
It's not though. Drows are completely different.
Yeah.
That's a,
Well, but they're still
It
they
split
actually
off
do
quite a
have
while
the,
ago.
They actually do have the elf subtype.
Yes, they
Yeah.
have the elf subtype, but you specifically said elf,
Mm-hmm.
and then you
I'll
went
give you
down
that.
the other
And
races.
then I
of
went
elf.
into elf subtype, so I was kind of like, what about these? All right. Drows.
I can't
Yes,
really
he's
fault
into
you for
drows.
that.
Ah, he's in the drows, Xavier. Wait a minute.
Sabian's not a drow.
Where do you find drows?
In
Underground.
the Underdark?
Oh, that place is dangerous. Good luck on that one, buddy.
I mean, drow are dangerous.
Yeah. I guess he likes risk. Guess he likes risky women.
Yeah, just look at Eve.
All right. So, nighttime passes as you're gossiping
Yeah, the boys are doing all the gossiping.
I know, right?
goes
It's
deep
so-
into the day. So the next day arrives and begins your daily routines of going about the town and finding things to do. All right. So, Xavian and Aristella, you guys are heading down towards the residential district to essentially go pick up another Earthbreaker. Rusty, there are plenty of them. So if you want to go ahead and sell your greatsword for a new Earthbreaker, they're standard price since they are in abundance.
I'll go ahead and pick up the Earthbreaker, but I'll still hold on to the greatsword as well.
All right,
Just in case you throw the Earthbreaker again.
Yep.
fair enough.
Always good to have a backup.
Aristella, is there anything that you want to do in town?
Sorry, hold on. I've got a cat sticking his butt in my computer space. I love you too, cat, but the butt needs to stay out of the computer screen. I should probably look for another weapon that I can use other than my whacking stick.
Also, while I'm picking it up, I'm also going to see about picking up a couple more javelins.
Oh yeah, they got plenty of them as well.
All right. I'll pick up 3 javelins.
Alrighty.
Just gotta double check which. What? I can music and. Of course, I have all these ads popping up.
Well, as you're picking out a new weapon for you, KP, we're gonna go past to
Yeah.
Alistair, an 8.
To the Adventurers Guild.
Yeah.
The one place I go to in every town.
So, the Adventurers Guild here, of course, being that this is a capital city, it is kind of packed, and there's a lot of people here. Once you actually get to the counter and you start asking questions about, different types of work that are around here, a lot of it just revolves around monster clearing of the mines, but it's not easy work because the Dwarven mines are so far down now where they're running into much more dangerous monsters available. Most of them are of class 4 and higher. So, not a whole lot for adventurers
Class 2 party.
Yeah, of a class 2 party.
Alright. Well, we can at least say we tried it.
Yeah. There are a lot of different, help wanted posters, and of course there's a recruitment center in the corner of the Adventurers Guild for the mines. But
That sounds like a scam. I assume there's like a board for just like random help wanted shit. Anything that's particularly like eye catching.
roll me perception.
All right. Nope.
Jacob, you can too since you're there.
Give me a hand, buddy.
Oh, we'll see what I cannot see. Forget I said anything. I see everything.
I see the blood in your veins.
Okay.
A wonderful waste of a death 30.
Let's see here. Jacob, you are going to find an advertisement for a performance.
For performance?
Yes. By a performance by none other than Piper the Bard.
I think we found our target.
That is going to be taking place later today in a separate tavern in the high-end district.
I mean, what does this job was it? Is there like any requirements on this job?
It's not really a job, it's a
No job.
billboard.
It's
Like
just
a
an ad. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
literally just an ad.
Billboard.
Yeah.
All right.
Dumbass Cody.
Looks over to Alistair. Should we? We should bring this up to
Yep.
Silke.
Absolutely.
First of all, we just gotta find them.
Well, we know where they're heading. Secondly, let's get the name of that tavern down.
Sure thing.
We're just gonna jot down the name of the tavern and the time they said.
Yep.
It's going to be taking place later in the evening, as there's going to be like a small little party that's going to be happening. And it's going to be taking place at the Bass's Ass.
That's a beautiful name.
Large ass for a bass.
Do basses have asses? I mean, it's a fish.
Apparently.
Apparently.
Gotta love Dwarven name generators. So good.
I had a feeling. I'm like, okay, name generator.
All right. Well, now that we got this information, I guess we'll just go to Silky.
And probably along the way, like in one of the many shops, I'll probably grab a couple of short spears.
All right. And Ragnar and Silky, I forget what we were doing first. What did you and I set out to do first?
We set out to actually look for her sister. Any information for her sister.
Right.
Yeah.
That's
We
funny.
already have that information.
Well, you guys don't. Me and
Well,
Jacob do.
Do we is the question.
Yeah.
Silky does.
Okay.
Two
I'm not even gonna bother.
for perception in a row.
Yeah. At that point, she's like, okay, well, that was easy.
We're going to leave the tavern, and we see the notice on the door.
It's on a big ass billboard.
Oh.
Yeah, well, that was easy.
Well, now what the fuck do we do?
Oh, how about we go check out that magic shop?
Great idea. I got some money in my pocket to burn.
Well, we're not gonna spend it all, obviously.
It was a joke, but yeah. Oh yeah, because we can get your sword inspected, right? Almost forgot about that.
Yeah, honestly, so did I. So, where is this place again?
Follow me. Considering it's a friend of my mother's, I'm sure I know where it is.
Yeah, you definitely do. Easy.
Just walk in like I own the place. Hello?
Alright, one moment. Because, party harm, my dumbass didn't remember that. Chat, I'm sorry for the flashbang.
Enemy flashbang!
Think fast, struggle nuts.
Give me AC 130 down.
I teach students how to be death by tea kettle.
Yep.
No.
Free?
But it's fun.
You know what? The next weapon we're getting UKP is the traveling tea kettle.
I was just looking at it. I don't need it though. It'll weigh me down.
Alright,
I'm not very strong.
so here we go.
KP, I want to get you a firework cauldron.
I don't know what that is. And if it's not a simple weapon, I can't use it.
It's a magical item. It's not even a weapon.
Well, there you go.
Actually, we can make you guys a little bit bigger in this place. Alrighty. So, you guys open the doors to the magic shop, and inside here is actually very, very well decorated compared to most of the architecture and such that are on the outside of it. It's very vibrant, nice birch decorated floors, bright carpet as you enter it. Display cases that show off different magical stones and books, and display cases on the sides with books and different artifacts and everything. Then, of course, you hear a voice off into the distance. She says, "Well, well, well, if it isn't the son of my friend. Ragnar, it's good to see you again."
Good to see you. And what's up with that introduction? I would like to believe we're friends too. To some degree.
Well, the amount of trouble that you caused me when you were younger.
Yeah, sorry for the gray hair.
It still hasn't gone away. It's still there. Well, regardless, what can I do for you today?
Well, my friend here has a magical sword that we would like to get inspected. One problem though, we can't unsheath it.
Oh, well, interesting. May I see it? Of course, Silky unbuckles it and places it on the counter. And she just looks at it and she goes, "Oh my heavens. The amount of energy that this is pouring out. What is this?"
That's what we're trying to figure out.
Well, I can for certainly say it's not cursed. That's a good thing. She's gonna reach underneath and pull out one of her books, open it up, and you're gonna see her start like talking in arcane chants and start casting like a bunch of identification spells and the likes, and it takes a while. And eventually she shakes her head and she goes, Huh. On the bright side, dear, this weapon is not cursed. It is not, maliciously enchanted or anything with it. Interestingly enough, this is the first magic item that I have seen in decades that is radiating divine magic. But unfortunately, I'm not able to determine anything else of the weapon. Although, interestingly enough, for lack of a better term for it, there's something blocking it. What exactly do you mean? Usually, when magic items have some sort of energy to them, she pulls out a ring, and she says, "You can determine the type of magic by studying it and using spells such as detect magic or identify and such, and you're able to tell what kind of school that the magic is from. Of course, it will also tell you what type of magic it is, whether it is transmutation, illusion, evocation, or any of those. But it's clear and it's precise for when you examine the item. Yours, however, it's almost as if it's seeping through, like a shell, perhaps. Once again, for a lack of a better term, it's more like there's some sort of a corruption with the weapon. Again, I can't put my hands on it unless if you can somehow pull the weapon out. But there's nothing really much that I can do for you, honey. I'm so sorry." Silky just shrugs and takes the sword, and she says, "It's all right. I had a lot of people take a look at it on my adventure so far, and nobody else has been able to say anything about it. I do appreciate the offer, though. The whole corruption thing does kind of have me a little worried, though. Like I said, honey, it's not malicious under any circumstance. Although it is a very interesting specimen. I will give you that."
Well, that's somewhat a relief.
Well, we learned something. That's a good thing.
Yes.
How have your adventure been? I haven't spoken to your mother in a couple months.
Well, it's been,
Rough?
yes, for better lack of a word.
Well, adventurers that come by here all the time tell tales of valiant monsters that they've slain or different treasures that they have come across. And sell me all sorts of doodads and gadgets.
We've been mainly fighting dire animals,
Really?
tons of them. It has left us in a dire state, I must say.
Fucking hate you. Don't forget about the raven. About the
We came
Flesh
across,
nesters.
flesh
we
nesters.
came across flesh
Slavery.
nesters. we
Ganelda's
took
gonna
out
look
a
over to Silky.
slavering.
Ganelda's gonna look over to Silky and says, I feel so sorry that you have to travel with him. He's not that bad.
He just sticks his tongue out.
Oh, if you're saying that he's not bad now, you should have seen him when he was first learning magic.
Flashbacks to the store exploding.
I said her dress, her cape aflame so many times it's not even funny.
I had to imbue it with fireproof in order to prevent that nonsense from happening again.
The way she ran around in circles, it was so funny. I got a kick out of it every time.
I'm surprised you even remember that. You were so damn young. Well, we're sorry to have taken up your time, but we thank you for the information anyway. Oh, by all means, honey, if you have any other questions of magic items or the likes, feel free to come on back. I'd be more than happy to help.
It was a pleasure to see you again. Always enjoy reminiscing of the past.
I wish I could say the same, Ragnar. Do be careful on your journeys.
Will do. Thank you.
Alright.
Once we leave the store, I look at Silky as like, she was the first woman I ever had a crush on.
She's just as old as your mom.
I'm talking about like a child, like a puppy dog crush. It was nothing.
She was as old as your mom.
That doesn't matter. You're telling me you've never had a crush on a teacher or something like that growing up?
No, because the only teacher I ever had was my master.
Fair. Okay.
I think you're talking to the wrong person.
Yeah, you're talking to the person who has never had any type of romantic feelings for anybody, actually.
Oh, I'm so sorry, dear. That's terrible.
Well, not really when you grew up the way I did.
Well, yeah, no, it's still terrible.
Alright, eventually the party meets up again. We could
First
probably
thing I
say
do-
for like lunch.
Yep. First thing I do when I see Alistair and Xavier is like, you two, please tell me you had crushes on older women when you were younger.
Well, I'm with 8 at this point.
We're saying we're meeting up.
Yeah, we're saying that
we're
we
meeting
all
up.
we all
Okay.
meet up again.
When I first see Avian and Alistair, I look at both of you and say, please tell me you two had crushes on women that were older than you when you were a child.
What's the margin of older?
About as old as your mother.
Oh, I have no idea. I don't know how old my mom is.
Did you ever have a crush on like a teacher or something like that?
No, I didn't have I had a crush on a girl who was also an orphan with us. She was like 2 years older than me.
Okay, it's not bad. Like that's okay. That's kind of similar. She was something
I'm the
somebody you looked
wrong
up to.
person to ask.
Help me, Xavier. Be my saving
I've
grace.
never had a crush on anyone. I've spent most of my life in the desert hunting giant lizards.
I assume we're sitting at a table. My head is now just on the table.
Yeah, we could go ahead and say that you guys are back at Oakfinger's Tavern.
You got the orphan
The
and the
dragon.
guy who's the only woman he's ever known is his mother.
Well, it's not the fact that the only woman he's known as his mother. It's the fact that he's just never around.
So, I need a drink.
Oh, so there's nothing to do in the Adventuring Guild, but we did find out where Silky's sister's gonna be.
We slapped the flyer onto the table.
Oh, as we.
Well, now I feel useless.
Yeah, well, it looks like our efforts were put to waste.
In our defense, we weren't initially going after this information. We just found it by accident.
But still.
I mean, we also found out a little bit of something about my sword.
Ooh,
Oh.
lay it on us, Silky.
So, Ganelda basically said that it's radiating divine magic somehow. But the weird thing about it is it's kind of like blocked or something. She feels like that there's some sort of a corruption with it that's preventing the magical energy to be radiating from the weapon. I don't know. It was kind of weird,
So it needs to be like cleansed.
I guess.
Weird.
Cleanse it.
Odd.
Cleanse it. Maybe it'll come out of the sword, or if I clean it, maybe. But I mean, I don't know what I could do to clean it, because I can't pull the damn thing out.
Well, I guess next up on that one is find a priest.
I look at it. Well, I cast a spell.
What are you casting? Alright, you see some of the dirt and grime from the sheath just vanish away.
I mean, that's pretty much all I got.
Yep, she takes it, tries to pull it. Nothing.
I wonder if we cast something like Ray of Frost on it. If that would help, because metal likes to shrink when it's cold.
I mean, I could just go stand outside for a couple minutes and maybe that'll work.
Yeah. That's a fair point.
I mean, if we want to take drastic measures, we can see if any of the forges can take the just cut the sheath off.
I feel like
Being
that
as it's a magical item, I would assume it's probably in some way, shape, or form bound to the owner.
who is your master, so theoretically he'll even get the sheath out.
Well, that's the thing. I know my master for the better part of my life, and I've never seen him use it.
Maybe it's an old weapon.
Maybe it's one of those ones you have to attune to?
Well, we'll take it to a forge regardless. Maybe they would understand the crafter's mark. If we can find the crafter of the weapon, perhaps they could solve our issue. Every weapon is marked by the original creator, so I mean, we could try to dive that way.
Maybe.
That's always a possibility. It would be best to take it to a forge, though, because they would know. Obviously, this is exquisite work, so it's got to be a famous name. I would hope so. If
Yeah,
not,
It's got to be known somewhere.
Unless it's an untapped talent in the world, which is, unlikely.
Well, we can at least go to the forges tomorrow.
But tonight,
We have a performance to catch.
yes.
Well, I know she was looking like she's doing a recruitment. Looking for entertainers.
No, it wasn't a recruitment. It was just doing a show.
Yeah, no, the recruitment was for the mines.
Oh, just for the mind.
Yeah.
We're doing a thing.
Rock and stone.
Rock and stone.
Alright, so we headed to the Bass's Ass.
Mm-hmm.
To the bass's ass.
The bass's ass.
To meet a fair lass.
Oh, and before we go though, I'm gonna store the great sword on the cart.
Alright, go ahead and add it to the cart's
Yep.
inventory then.
Also known as party loot.
Yep.
I mean, I would have made sure before we reconvened I had gotten myself a couple of short spears.
Already said that.
Yep. Yeah, you did.
Yes.
Me being swapped.
Alrighty. So,
Mentally or physically?
Yes, next question.
So, we head on over to the Bass's Ass.
The bass's ass.
Whoops. Alright, I'm using a different tavern map that's kind of not really on the aspect of a Dwarven tavern, but it's the biggest tavern map I was able to find in the 5 minutes that I was looking.
It's okay. As part of D&D, we can use our imagination.
Imagination. Yeah,
Ooh.
theater of the mind.
Holy dwarves!
Alright, so you guys are making your way over to this tavern. First thing that you guys are going to notice is, of course, a sign on the outside of the tavern that claims no elves allowed.
I look at Ragnar. Ragnar, what should I wholesale scroll turn into?
I would probably suggest a dwarf, unless you want to. Well,
Humans
maybe not a
safe.
dwarf unless you want to get hit on.
Humans a safe bet. We're pretty much, you can just make up whatever you want. No one knows jack shit about us because we're everywhere.
Yeah, pretty much.
Alistair's like, I know we're just the everywhere race.
Screw it. Turn myself into human.
Because literally all you have to do is make your face less angular and shrink your ears.
Alright.
And you're human.
Whoop, 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 whoop. Poof.
And you would have to put on a couple pounds.
And human 8.
Fuck off. Yeah, she gave me one scroll, right? Or two?
She gave you 5.
5?
You
Okay.
got plenty for fucking around in this place.
Exactly. That was her train of thought as well. Alright. So you guys enter the tavern. Of course, this place is packed to the brim. You guys hear some just regular tavern music being played on like fiddles and on the piano and such. Patrons are all over the place talking. It's really loud in here too. Of course, people with sensitive hearing like Silky are gonna be like, "Oh God, this is gonna be miserable."
Yep.
But-
like earplugs or something.
No, I think I'll be okay.
He just gives you a thumbs up.
And you guys find a table that's down over here in the corner, closer to the door. All right. Till eventually the tavern owner, barks up and he's like, "All right, shut your fucking mouths. I know what you're all here for. Half-price drinks!" And introducing Piper. I don't have a fancy name for her, unfortunately.
Go with something dumb like the Lily of the Valley. Or the Mountain Laurel.
Alright, and of course,
Relax.
Piper is going to come out, and immediately the room is going to be filled with a beautiful sound of a flute being played, and being that she is, of course, a bard, the music that she is playing is going to fill the room with magical properties, invigorating everybody's mood, giving a nice, cheery, and happy tune to it. And then let me go ahead and introduce Piper.
Sure.
Now, let me go to my notes here and get Piper's description. Alright. Having similar features to Silky, Piper is a bard who has an exotic look, mostly to her clothing. As you guys can see, she is wearing a partial loose-fitting shirt and what isn't usually a skirt, as she is currently wearing a nice pair of pants that exaggerate her legs. As she performs, Piper focuses on playing her music, but not so much as for like swaying with the melody. She ends up dancing, and she is very good at dancing. And of course, her entire performance has the tavern, excited. They're happy to see her. And she dances around the entire tavern, just enjoying her time and playing her music. Eventually, she's just dancing around, talking to, playing in front of individuals, and dancing on tables, and she finally jumps up onto the bar, finishes her performance, and then takes an over-exaggerated bow.
I just applaud.
Okay. So, even as time progresses, of course, she's there to be a performer. She's getting paid to perform. It takes probably about 3 or 4 hours for her performances to continue on.
Because we're sitting there for a while.
Yeah, so you guys obviously, would order food and drink to enjoy the show and such, and that's going to run you approximately a gold and 4 silver.
That's not bad.
Each?
That's just in total.
Okay.
Still not bad.
Take it from the party, dude. Yeah.
All the while that Piper is about the tavern, just doing her thing and being a bard, Silky is just constantly watching her just with amazement in her eyes.
Towards the end of her performance,
Is this to Silky or Piper?
Piper.
Oh god.
Wait, what do you do? I didn't hear you.
Towards the ends of her performance, I cast message towards Piper.
Okay. What are you putting in this message?
Hello, Piper. You do not know me, but I do know you.
Wait, hold on.
Your
20 words. Remember, message
20
is
words.
only 20 words.
Oh, it's only. I thought it was 25.
25, 20. I think let's just go with 25 for right now.
Okay. Miss Piper, there is a woman in the back that is waiting to meet your acquaintance after your performances. They're at the table, heading out the front of the tavern.
You do not get a response.
Don't need to. That's fine. Just keep enjoying my drink and food.
Alright, so yes, eventually the performance will come to an end. You know, she walks around dancing and collecting some extra coin, until eventually she reaches your table. She puts her hand on her hip and she says, "Well, I'm assuming you're the one who sent me that message."
Guilty as charged.
Well, it's a pleasure to meet you all. I'm known as Piper. I am the residential bard of this city.
Pleasure to meet you, Piper.
It's a
Pleasure
pleasure.
to meet you.
This is our associate, and I'm just gonna point to Silky.
And wouldn't I be so surprised? How the hell did you make your way all the way here? She's gonna give Silky like a big smile, and she's gonna just immediately engulf her into a hug. Oh my god, everybody was so worried. We were so worried about you. We haven't heard from you in years. Yeah, a lot of things kind of happened. Oh, well, by all means, tell me everything about it. And especially meeting all of your friends here. She's just gonna run around, like, take one of the drinks off of the table next to, like, off of the raised area here, sit down with you all, and she just, like, sparks conversation with you guys. And she says, "Well, yes, I'm one of Silky's older sisters. I'll be completely honest, I'm a loss for words. I'm at a complete loss for words. Well, I mean, there's a bunch that I can tell you, but in reality, if it wasn't for Fatali telling us that you're here, I wouldn't have never known." Oh, you ran into Fatali?
Couple times actually.
Killed a lot of our donkeys.
Oh, well, that sounds about right.
Which reminds me, right here, we're gonna have to pick up some more donkeys on the way out.
Yeah, that sounds about right. I haven't seen her in quite a while. A couple weeks, actually. Well, it's good to know that she's alright. Have you managed to get in contact with anyone else? No, I mean, you're the second person I found. Oh, well, I mean, surely if you ever have the chance to find them, they'd be more than happy to see you again. Well, we don't exactly know where to look. I mean, well, Vitali is Vitali. She, being the wild one of us all, she definitely gets around. I mean, I've been here in Dandelier for about 4 months now. The money is just so good here. Money is just so good here, but I have been thinking about traveling north again. Or at least south. I've been always wanting to visit Ginhildr. I mean, Ginhildr's a pretty nice city. And so I've been told. But anyway, regardless, to answer your question, I mean, I saw Vitali a few weeks ago. I haven't seen Felfrey in quite some time. Diana, even longer. Last time I heard from Diana, she was closer to Elendor, at least in the Elven Kingdoms. And home. I mean, it's hard for home. What do you mean hard for home? She basically told us to leave and forget about her. Why though? I don't know. It's some stupid thing about her job and this big breakthrough that she's apparently coming up to. I don't know. Well, where's she operating right now? Because, you know, I know she used to work with the other doctors, but I wasn't expecting her to be still working. Do you know what happened? I don't know what you're talking about. You don't? Oh. Well, this just makes this a hell of a lot harder. Wait. Oh, you all don't know, do you?
Know about what?
So, what?
It's probably like this. We haven't had time to actually quite sit down and all go around.
Hey, listen,
I mean-
people's past is their past. That's not our problem.
I mean,
Unless it comes
We
to that.
all-
Unless it tries to kill us.
We all have skeletons in our closet.
Speak for yourself as I put my feet up on the. I attempt to put my feet up, but instead I fall completely backwards.
You got
I feel like somebody already told about the skeletons in his closet to
Me.
the guys.
That's not a skeleton now.
well, I already spilled my skeletons. Not all of it, but still.
I'm a secret still.
Just something I keep away from my mother and father so I don't disappoint them.
Oh, Foxtrot, you have to tell them. It's silky now.
I'm
Oh.
sorry. Foxtrot?
Well, it's good that you finally found your name. Oh, I mean, it was bound to happen eventually.
Tango, Foxtrot, Delta.
I mean, Vitali got her name. You know, I always knew her as Echo.
But you don't know how right you just were.
I know that.
And
My brother's a Marine.
and you as well, it's Delta, until you got your name.
I Like you said that, Cody.
I'm
it just
sensing a
clicked.
pattern here.
Yeah, Cody, you said that, and it just clicked
Should
in
we
my head. We need to find Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, and maybe Gamma. I don't know how many siblings there are.
Wasn't there like 16 or something like that?
No, there were only the 6 of them.
Oh, 6. My bad.
Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, Delta, Echo, Foxtrot. Okay. So we need Alpha, Bravo, and Charlie still.
Yes. The six sisters, Hone, Diana, Felfrey, Piper, Fatali, and Silky. Well, I'm not one to spill secrets. Silky, they have to know. As much as I know Dr. Mal told you not to say anything, I understand, but if they're going to be around you, they have to know. Especially if you're trying to find all of us. Because I can tell you right now, you're going to run into trouble. Silky's going to look concerned about that, and she says, with who exactly? Most likely you're going to be finding trouble with Hone and Felfrey. Like I said, I haven't seen Felfrey in so long. I don't know what she's up to. And Hone, I really, really think that something's wrong with her. I can, but not today. Well, just keep it in mind then. I'm so sorry to drag down the mood with you all. It's personal matters that should have been taken care of, but of course, my younger sister here, she's gonna like reach over and like pinch her cheek. Always the troublemaker.
When in Rome.
What's Rome?
When in Dandelier.
Well, anyway, I assume that you're all here for at least the Starmetal displays.
I mean, to be honest, you were one of the initial reasons we showed up in town after we heard from. I almost said Echo. What was the name again?
Fatali.
Fatale.
Tally.
The Star Medal was just a
Happy
bonus.
accident.
A bonus.
Plus getting new equipment.
Yeah, someone lost their hammer to a lake.
Hey, well, I mean, if y'all got time, I wouldn't mind just sharing a couple of stories every once in a while.
Absolutely. We'll share our stories as well.
Let's not repeat some of those.
What's wrong?
Just tell her about the frogs.
I mean, stories are how
We
you
do not
bond.
talk about the frogs.
Tell her about the Konosuba time.
Now I gotta hear about these frogs.
They're so gross.
Yeah, it's the same place where our companion lost.
I mean, hey, what can I
Do
say?
you know what a
They were
dire frog
big.
is?
I was covered in that goop, and I put all my force behind that swing.
I almost died to that if it wasn't for Silky.
I'm surprised
You almost died to a frog?
They were
dire frogs.
Well, they're not that bad.
Big enough to swallow us whole.
No, they're not that big. You just gotta play them a tune.
We don't have anybody to play with.
There's
So,
a-
what I'm
so,
hearing is you want to join the party?
It's like this. At first, there was 3 of them. And then 3 more showed up.
And there were probably a lot more in there.
With the near
And yeah, and none, those are actually not the worst part. It's when the Nereid showed up.
I-
Mature Nereid.
I have no idea what a Nereid is.
It's a fae.
It's something that fucks with your brain.
It's a fae that drags men into the sea and drowns them and kills them and eats them.
Yep.
Huh. Kind of sounds
It's-
like my mentor.
Well, shit.
They're somewhat similar to sirens.
Oh.
Just a lot more powerful than your standard
Magical.
siren.
The Adventurers Guild had to call in a more experienced adventurer.
I mean, that kind of makes sense. No offense to you guys, but you definitely don't look like you're all too experienced.
None taken. We
No.
suck. We almost die every time we try to fight something.
We haven't exactly had the best luck figuring out our coordination. We're starting to get there, but still need some fine-tuning.
But you're still alive, and that's the best part of it.
Yep.
Me who's almost died.
Are you there?
As long as we don't have to face those stupid dire raccoons again.
Well, hey, at least with the
I
dire
swear,
raccoons-
every time we go traveling to another city, we run into something. This time. I'm just glad we didn't have to fight the basilisk.
Yeah, we walked the fuck away from that.
Cleat had just found a bear to eat.
But aren't basilisks, like, yay big and...
Yeah, no, you're right. We probably could have taken it, but we have such a bad track record of being like, we could do this, and then getting our shit rocked. We're just like, let's just get the town.
You guys do know that you could just run away from fights, right?
That's what we did. We just sat there and waited for it to leave.
Not the direction I was going, but close enough.
What, it was gonna
I mean,
leave.
all right. We just got done recovering because
Oh, now you could have said that. That makes more sense now.
Yeah, the dire raccoons kind of screwed over me and Xavier here.
Well, there must have been some pretty nasty raccoons.
There was 8 of
There.
them.
Dire
They got-
raccoon.
They ended up catching
They went-
the disease
The
and had to
plague.
recover it.
The dire raccoons were easy to dispatch. It's just that, you know, if you get bit, you have a chance of contracting the disease, which these two did, making the recovery time quite extensive.
Painful.
We're not very lucky.
Well,
I'm just thankful I had the book.
well, I mean, it does happen. Speaking of books, does Silky still lock herself in her room just to read
Yes.
all the time?
Yes.
Piper,
She still reads quite a lot. She's
Or the library.
I don't read
Didn't you
that
guys-
much.
Didn't you guys find her in a library completely passed out with a pile of books?
To be fair, she was doing research for the group while we were nursing everybody back to health here. After we nursed everybody back to health here.
She
Well,
deserved it.
but
She worked
hey.
hard.
Yeah. I
Well,
mean,
at
she
least you-
likes what she likes.
At least you put your hobby into at least some good use for the group. But let me tell you a couple stories that I ran into on the road. Oh boy. So there me and my mentor was. Just chilling, eating our dinner at the camp, and then all of a sudden we're in the air. And then she just goes on to tell you guys a bunch of different tales about her travels of her and her mentor. Late into the night now. Some drink and food later. It's probably like 1, 2 in the morning at this point. And, you know, Piper's just like leaning on the table, and she says, and at that point, it was just done and over. Shit. Bleh. I should probably go.
It is getting quite late.
Do you need help getting to your tavern?
Nah, I'll be alright. I'm a big girl. I can handle myself.
Otherwise, you're welcome to join us at ours. It's just me, Silky, and 8 to a room.
No. I pre
Booked.
yeah. I pre-booked a room.
Which tavern?
Oh boy, the room is really spinning. You guys just all glance over to like the 7 or 8 ale cups that are right next to her.
Tell you what, why don't you
Wait.
come with us and we can tell you more stories about Silky?
Oh, the Muggle mustache. That's where I'm staying. Muggle mustache? What the
Cool mustache.
Ragnar?
Is that a real place?
It is a real place, yes.
It's a real tavern. Don't ask.
It's in the middle. It's in the central districts.
Well, why don't we...
At
Dude,
least
it's a long
escort.
way.
We'll at least escort you to it.
Yes.
We can talk on the way.
Sounds good to me. And she, just gets up and she goes.
Oh god.
Is she unconscious?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm
Sabian.
gonna- Yeah, I'm gonna get and pick her up.
You're the designated driver.
Is our inn closer or is hers?
Yours is.
Okay, we'll just take her with us. It's probably safer that way.
She's gonna have one hell of a hangover.
Yep.
All right. All right. The next day rolls around. Everybody wakes up. Those of you who weren't taking care of yourselves, aka Piper, immediately wakes up and she just hisses at the sun.
The sun should fear her.
Well,
Pretty much.
whatever light signifies morning inside a mountain.
Big shiny rocks.
Just, this is why I live in a mountain.
We're still in the mountain.
Yep. Everybody gets up and does their usual morning routines. Piper is with the rest of the girls, and she's like, "Listen, I am so sorry."
It's
Usu-
all right. We
It's
didn't
fine.
want to leave you there, and we didn't exactly know which room was going to be yours, and we felt it might be kind of awkward if...
I mean, would it be the first time? I mean, my mentor and I usually would just end up somewhere in the city.
Yeah, well, places haven't been as safe as they once were. There's been a lot of people going missing from various parts and various cities.
Yeah, but I thank you for giving me a hand. The life of a bard is very dumb. But I wouldn't have it any other way. Where are your travels gonna be taking you guys?
We're thinking of heading towards Silence, but plans could change. Right now, we're just kind of slowly making our way that direction and picking up work where we can.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, traveling around does have its quirks. You meet a lot of interesting people. Well,
We've
I
met
mean,
a few interesting people. Some more intimidating than others.
if you guys are ever here in Dandelier, feel free to come on back and see me.
Our pleasure.
It's good to see you again, Silky. Just be careful out there. And if you run into anybody else, tell them to at least stay in contact. Because I can only take so much of Felfrey's broken common. Yeah, I get that. Alright.
You mean Fatalis?
Yeah, sorry.
I haven't met Felfrey, but Fatali,
Yeah.
she tries, though.
She does, and I gotta give her credit. Oh well, I better go collect my pay. I'll catch you guys later. Enjoy the tour, by the way.
Thank you much.
Take it easy.
Take care of yourself.
Try not to drink too much. Hangovers are the worst.
Agreed. You guys really think she's gonna be okay?
I think for now she will. Perhaps you should write a letter to her every so often.
She
There's no
survived
way of
this all.
There's no way of ever truly knowing if anyone's okay the second you leave. All you do is hope that you'll meet them again on the road later.
Yeah.
Since she plans to stay in Dandelier for a while, writing a letter now and then, just keeping in contact with her wouldn't be a bad idea.
Alright. Do we have any work that we need to do before the tour today?
Nothing
I
for the
know of.
guild from the sounds of it.
No. Most of the work from
Unless
the
there's
guild is.
something you would like to do.
Nope. She's gonna just throw herself back onto the bed, reach down into her bag and pull out the history book that she took from Ilda.
I'm honestly surprised she's not insisting we go visit the library.
No, the history book's kind of interesting though. And plus, I want to give this back before we leave.
Fair enough.
So I guess we can go ahead and skip to the museum.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I would probably just take Silky's advice and read as well.
Yep, time to go learn about the history.
Ragnar would go out and just hang out with a bunch of friends from in town.
Alright, fair enough. Alright, let's go and just, I guess we can go ahead and just skip directly to the museum then.
Yep.
Alright, so moving along to the ending of today, after a nice day off, just relaxing and enjoying your times in the safety of the city. you guys wake up, or you guys leave the nesting dragon approximately about, I'd say, 7 o'clock ish, and make your way to the Dwarven Museum. Where, as you guys approach, there's another small group of people that are there, excited to go ahead and take the tour. Oh, excuse me. Excited to take the tour, and just talking amongst each other. So finally, you guys hear another voice, call out to the group. It's kind of difficult to see who's calling out, but as soon as the crowd departs a little bit, everybody makes room. You see an individual. I'm going to take this directly off the Pathfinder website here.
The guy.
He's just a little guy. And you hear him call out and say, "All right, everyone, gather round, gather round. Yes, the tour's about to begin. Now, it's a pleasure to meet you all. Welcome to the Dwarven Museum of Natural History and History overall. I am going to be your guide today. I need to go pull up the script that I wrote.
Boy, you have a script.
Dude, this script, I was up until 6 o'clock this morning writing this script.
So he's telling you to shut up and appreciate.
Yeah, you tell
Where the hell did I put it?
You didn't yell at me.
I didn't yell at you, Jacob.
Where is it?
I'm sure I can get Davian to make your character look like my car.
Ooh, I don't know what happened to the car, but this is a threat and I like it.
Okay, I don't want him to test out his new Earthbreaker on me, okay? I know what that man can do if he crits. If he crits, I'm just gonna insta-die.
Even if it's non-lethal.
Okay, here it is. I found it. All right, everybody, gather round. Yes, the tour is about to begin. I'm going to be your guide. My name is Nimtig Hamwas. Yes, my voice is very strange, and yes, my name is also very strange. Get a laugh out of it now. Now, a little bit about me. I have been a historical guide and a scholar for most of my life, and appreciative of Dwarven history. I eventually landed this position, and to educate the masses and to all those who are interested in not just the Starmetal display, which we will be seeing later tonight once the moon is probably above our heads, and to get the full effect of what Starmetal is capable of. But to educate you all on the history of Dwarven settlements, and of course the creation of the grand city that you all know today. So, if you all come with me, we shall begin. And lead you guys into the museum that is very well decorated and carved with different types of granites and marble, and display cases that are showing a bunch of different ancient artifacts, including old types of burial coffins and chambers and such, and tools and weapons alike. And Nimtig begins his explanation. Now, as you all know, the Dwarven settlements here are probably one of the most oldest of settlements to ever reach and have any type of recorded history here in Luavara. There are other settlements across the entire world of Equinox who have much older history, mostly in Astria. However, Luavara has the most amount of history that pertains thousands and thousands of years. Even as early as even recorded history itself. So, our ancestors, well, not exactly my ancestors, but Dwarven ancestors came to these mountains in seek of a place to call home. And, of course, fulfill their entire aspects of wanting to seek riches, gold and gems, and provide enough room and comfort away from the harsh climates of the northern regions. As you all know, further north of Dandelier is, of course, the... Give me a minute, sorry. The Boreal Tides, that's what they're called. Boreal Tides being the northern snowlands of Luavara. Dwarves, as far as we are aware, originated from the Boreal Tides and came down south here into the mountainside, which would eventually be known as Dandelier. However, many difficulties, of course, come about this. Creatures that roamed the insides of the caverns in a long history of fighting for control over these caverns. Eventually, our ancestors decided to go ahead and say, screw it, we are all going to be just hollowing out the mountain. And, of course, surrounding you is the result of it. Many of the different caverns of Dandelier was mined out completely by hand, using even simplest of tools, of copper tools, eventually into the discovery of bronze, iron, and eventually steel. The cavern was dug out, and of course, the dwarves were not exactly a well-established kingdom at the time. They decided to go ahead and sell all of the excess stone to neighboring tribes who needed them to build walls, to build their homes, and for basic defense. It wasn't until approximately 4,000 years ago, or not 4,000, 400,000 years ago, earliest recordings state from cave drawings of old mine shafts and caverns, telling stories of a massive dragon that once harbored and drove the dwarves out of the mountains, and nestled in, taking all of their riches and such. Of course, dragons at the time were pretty numbered compared to a lot of other races that were around at the time. Eventually, the dwarves wait. That is a mistype. That's supposed to be 40,000 years. Why the fuck did I wrote 400,000? This is what I get for writing it when I'm sleep deprived. Anyway. Eventually, the different tribes of dwarves banded together and proceeded to drive the dragon out of the mountains by, of course, slaying it. Now, fully established and a full understanding of what lies within the mountain, the dwarves therefore decided to fully establish a kingdom. Now, there is a point in history onto where there is what is known as the Blackout Zone. History completely vanishes. Of course, scholars like myself travel around in order to at least find something for this era of no recorded history whatsoever. And, of course, we all found it odd. As we could tell, for the dwarves at least, they strictly kept to themselves. Of course, branching out because of all of the excess materials that we had from hollowing the mountain led to international trade. And as the mines got deeper and deeper, further and further we found more advanced metals and such, eventually discovering mithril, along with different types of gemstones and such, which were therefore invented the art of jewelry crafting, along with a bustling economy, a golden age of the Dwarven civilization. Unfortunately, there is no way to prove of such. And you ask me, Nimtig, how is this possible? How do you even know about all this? Well, it comes down to the next segment of recorded history after the Blackout Age, where the elves and dwarves eventually started bickering and fighting over one another, mostly over the economy, as the elves accused the dwarves of pressing a monopoly on jewelry crafting and not sharing their talents and such, and the dwarves eventually started bickering to the elves of saying that that they stole their craft, had started using it on the different types of golds and other fey realmed metals that the elves are in possession of, and eventually sparked war. Now, being that Elendor and Dandelier are very far apart, a middle ground and a battleground would have to be established. It wasn't until, I would say, 6 to 10 years into the wars when the first comet of Starmetal fell. And of course, the dwarves seeked after it. The elves also seeked after it because of Starmetal's immense power and magical property. They thought that they were the ones to be in claim of it. However, the dwarves did manage to get a hold of it first. War raged on for quite a while, and eventually a stalemate was called. A stalemate was called between the dwarves and the elves due to the chief of a new village that was planning on settling close to the battlefield. He was afraid that all the blood and carnage would taint the lands and prevent them from settling down. At this point, the elves and the dwarves had little to no interactions with humans at the time, and this village that would grow would eventually turn into the fortress that is known as Castlegard. Now, peace between the elves and the dwarves happened for quite some time. As time goes on, we eventually discovered the cycle of Starmetal falling into Luavara, and over the course of, I would say, the last... Where are my notes on this? Because for some reason I didn't put it in here. Over the course of the last, I would say, 600 to 700 years, the dwarves have managed to collect approximately 7 meteorites of Starmetal. Now, around this time, Castlegard and the village that is going to become Castlegard, has prospered, of course. And there was one individual who seeked out assistance from the dwarves and different regions of Luavara. There was a mighty black dragon that was terrorizing the region. This dragon was named Skitherix. This mighty black dragon was very commonly known for raiding villages and sieging cities, stealing whatever riches that he could possibly find. Now, some of you may be familiar with this story if you have ever read the child story, The Knight and His Maiden. While yes, the story has been altered slightly, but is in fact based off of a true story. To fill you all in, the knight confronted Skitherix for stealing what Castle Guard eventually sought to be their most prized possession. That would have been the royal family. That would eventually... the noble families, not royals. I'm getting ahead of myself here. Skitherix did not particularly see the noble families as value, per se. Instead, he sought an adversary with this knight. Potential is what Skitherix saw in him, and stole the one thing that he cared most about, which was a governor's daughter. Then, the knight needed assistance into slaying Skitherix, sought out a weakness from the elves, and had a sword forged from the dwarves, which was eventually used to slay Skitherix. Now, at this time, the people of Castlegard heard the tale of this knight and thought, oh, well, this was a pretty nice deal. It was nice to see the world working together. We would perhaps like to take that insight and have it benefit the world instead of all of this needless bloodshed that has been plaguing our lands for so long. So, they went amongst the noblest of knights and the most pure-hearted, and picked out a singular leader, which would lead a group of civilians and a group of guards down to the coast of what would eventually become the Kingdom of Silence, which is now where we are going to come to our display of Starmetal. And he's going to lead you guys into a very dimly lit chamber where there is a large pedestal with 6 rocks just on display in the center of the room. That looks something like this. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the pride of the Dwarven Kingdoms, Starmetal. While this metal is indeed very rare, it is one of the most valuable pieces of any recorded history in the world, or at least in the region of Luavara. And the reason why this particular metal is so famous is not because of its cycle that falls to the planet every 64 years, but it is because of the relationship that Starmetal has between dwarves and the rest of the world. You see, the countless years of bloodshed that plagued the lands between the dwarves, the elves, between the civil wars of the Boreal Tides, and of course between Tamier and Grimland, which is of course the Beast People and the Desert Folk. Silence was a different kingdom, and of course history has altered stories over the course of the years, but when you speak to old folk like me, you find people who remember history as it was, since they lived it. Silence specifically was constructed under the sole purpose of unification. And it came very close. Approximately 550 years ago, there was a particular man who was crowned king of Silence and became the first person to ever attempt and came very close to establishing peace amongst all the kingdoms. And of course, he wanted something to symbolize this peace. So, the first people that this king came to were the dwarves. The reason for this was because the dwarves supplied the rock that was used to build Silence. The king came to the dwarves and explained what their plan was, and of course the dwarves wanted their influence on Silence to be recognized. And so, the king at the time, King Falmor, decided to go ahead and give the King of Silence a shard of Starmetal. And had it forged into a mighty weapon. And so, the King of Silence took this weapon to each of the nations. And the legend goes, a weapon presented by the sky, forged by the dwarves, treated by the ice, sharpened by the sands, engraved by the beasts, and blessed by the elves. A weapon that therefore symbolized unification between all kingdoms. Up until Silence's collapse, where the weapon was lost and has not been seen for more than 520 years. Now, before we end today's tour, there is one more thing that I have to show you. And he looks at his little watch on his hand and he says, "It looks like we're about on schedule. I appreciate everybody's cooperativeness throughout this entire journey through history and time." Now, Starmetal, while it is very powerful in terms of magic capabilities and is known for its grave history, Starmetal has a very interesting property when it's near others of its kind. When the moon is high on a clear night's day, Starmetal reacts to moonlight. When it is closest to its brothers and sisters, however, and you see him step to the side, and each of the Starmetal rocks slowly start to glow a very bright blue color. and you hear a bunch of oohs and ahs as everybody marvels at the beauty of the Starmetal. And Nimtig continues to speak and say, "The Starmetal greets its family with its bright and colorful beauty. Xavier,
Yes.
you suddenly feel a tug on your shirt.
Look over at it.
You suddenly see Silky, like, frantically tugging at your shirt, and she's calling, Xavier,
What is it?
I got a problem.
I'm gonna take a moment and look at her sword.
You can see that, like, her hands, she moves her hands out of the way a little bit. Through the small cracks of the sword, you can see a bright blue glow.
I
You called it.
As
Yep.
soon as we all heard sword, we all went,
Yep.
uh-huh.
Like, what are the chances that it's the sword that is quote unquote missing
It's a sword.
right here?
I'm very quickly going to take my lion cloak and wrap it around Silky.
Oh, like KP fell asleep.
I was hearing it in the background just ever so slightly. I was waiting for everybody to stop talking to be like, yep.
I thought that was KP's cats for a little bit.
I mean, after the day she's had, though, I can't blame her.
I can't blame her either.
I cannot blame her.
Also, that just tells you Josh's storytelling was so good, it can put anyone to sleep.
If it could put the Nat Queen to sleep,
Well,
Hey.
it's not really difficult to do that.
should boost confidence, man.
All right. Unfortunately, Xavier, before you get the chance to throw your cloak over Silky, a couple of civilians that are close by start talking. It's just like, wait, why is her sword glowing like the Starmetal? Yeah, this starts getting a small commotion going.
Oh.
And then towards the front of the group, you hear somebody ask, Mr. Homwas, what was the weapon that was presented to Silence? Well, as far as I'm aware, it was a longsword.
Run!
Yeah, at that point, Silky's like, we need to leave.
Alistair's already preparing their escape.
I cast silent image on some random poor schmuck. They now have a glowing sword. As we're making our escape.
Alright, wait, now what's going on back there? So what are you guys doing? You guys are booking it?
We're gonna casually back away.
Because he used silent image on
You cast silent image on a random civilian in the populace. They have a glowing sword now. DC is a 16 because I'm standing on stone.
Again, there's like 25 people here.
It only takes one to be like, oh, there it is.
Fortunately, there is going to be a bunch of people that are pointing out. It's just like, hey, wait a minute.
It's just simply a distraction.
All right. At that point, you know,
Like,
this is gonna cause a large commotion here, guys.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna walk by Silky and
I
act it as a handoff. Like,
would say all three of the tall people are flanking her right now.
yeah, I would like act as like, hand it off, like, cloak to me, and I walk away.
Yeah, no, at this point, Silky is just gonna notice all these people staring at her.
I hand
The
Silky a
commotion,
short sword.
and then immediately she sees guards on her peripheral vision. She's gone.
Oh,
Fuck.
Yep.
well, thank
All
you,
right.
and goodbye, everyone.
Yep.
Alistair's just like, all right, I haven't done this in a while.
All right, so
Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye, Dr. Nick.
Anyone got smoke they can throw? A smoke bomb?
Nope.
We can't ninja vanish yet, sadly.
All right, note to self, I'm picking up smoke bombs next time we can.
all right, it's currently running out of the Dwarven Museum and making your way back into the city. You do hear voices behind you all shouting, seize them, stop them, yada yada. And eventually you guys break out of the museum, make your way down the steps and back into the city. You start hearing horns. Like a full-on alarm system going throughout the entire city now.
All
I
right.
passed Silky a scroll of the sky self.
Yeah, Self isn't going to help. We need to get out of here now.
To the cart.
It won't be fast enough.
Well,
Fuck
what
the
do you want
cart.
us to do? Just leave the cart?
Yeah.
Yep.
No, we have to get out.
All right, fair enough. We're on.
We
To
got-
Alistair just start fucking booking it.
Yeah, at this point, it's like, if we get to the cart and go, they're gonna catch up because it's one donkey still.
Wait, what about
Fair.
Snarfar? Starfar says we can rely on him.
All right, let's go to Starfire then.
Hope this works.
Starfire was the magic items person, right?
No.
No.
The innkeeper.
The innkeeper.
Oh, even better.
We bust in. Keep.
Oh, I think we just run up into the room. We run past him. We're not here.
Hey, whoa. Calm down, everyone. What the hell is going on out there?
We've been here all day, Starfire.
Starfar, you said that we can rely on you at any point in time, correct? I know the troubles of an adventurer. Well, we need your help now. We need to get out of the city. I assume that it is you guys who set off the alarms, yes?
Not
be
on
fair-
purpose.
Not on purpose. No one is hurt.
We just seem to have accidentally did a thing.
He's gonna look at everybody, and then he's gonna look at Ragnar. Alright, come with me.
And we follow.
Yep.
And he's gonna lead you guys over to the bottom of the staircase here, where he's going to open up the doors and he's going to say, "Get in, go."
Dun, 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 dun. We're booking it.
So
there we
it,
go.
it leads you guys down into the wine cellar where he keeps all of his extra kegs and everything. And he rushes over to one of the walls where there appears to be like a small basin. And he looks at everybody and he says, "All right, now, if you want me to help you, you must understand that there are secrets that need to be kept.
You got it.
All right, everybody, come here. And he's gonna take out this basin, and you're gonna see like this strange combination of different dusts and everything. And he's gonna dip his thumb into it. He says, "I need to put this on each of your foreheads before I help you."
You're all good.
Alistair yeah.
All right.
Alistair pulls down his hood.
He goes to each one of you guys. And, he's puts this weird dust on your heads, and he says, "All right, now, 1, 2, 3." And as soon as he claps his hands, you guys suddenly wake up.
What the fuck?
What?
You guys suddenly wake up in what appears to be a tavern bedroom. A full party bedroom, the 6 of you, each of in your own individual beds. All of your gear, hung up as it normally would before you guys go to sleep. But you don't recognize the tavern.
Can I look out the window? Is there a window?
Yeah, you are going to look out the window, and you are going to see forests that stretch as far as you can see. And
I'm gonna
you
look for
appear
these
to-
sort
you appear
of
to be-
landmarks to help determine where we are.
Same.
From the outside of the window, the only thing that you can really see, besides the forest, is a lake that appears to be in the middle of the forest with a river that leads into a bay. Give me a perception roll.
Damn.
Xavier.
I like how we rolled the same damn thing. Fuck you having a 10. Oh, proficiencies.
Fuck you.
All right, 8.
Freaking
You-
basic bitch.
8, because of your genetics and eyesight, you and being able to spot things among nature, you happen to notice an abnormality within nature itself. As the forest stretches amongst what you see, you do happen to see a giant wall that splits the forest into what appears to be a hill or a mountainside, and far, far, far in the distance, you happen to see a flashing light.
Flashing light. Can I? I'll describe it. Let's describe what I see, what I could see. See if anyone can try to figure out where we are based off of that.
So you
Knowledge,
say that out loud?
geography.
Fucking hell.
I am doing
Silky!
Oh my god!
I rolled a fucking 5.
I'm literally one up fucking Xavier.
I have a 5.
Funny thing is, Jacob, I have no bonuses in that at all. That was straight dice roll.
I know.
Hey, wait a minute. I recognize that wall.
Do you know where we are?
She's gonna reach into her bag, pull out a world map. Yeah, the river flows westward into the bay.
Mhm.
Wait, I know
I
exactly
know.
where we are. We're in Greenfall.
Greenfall.
Me casually trying to find that on the map. Oh, thank God we skipped over a town. We skipped over a certain town.
I was looking at the Grand Lighthouse.
Yeah, the flashing light that you guys see is the Grand Lighthouse. You are now in Greenfall.
How the fuck did we get here?
And that is where we're going to end tonight's session.
Woohoo! Ugh. Damn.
Hey,
Nani?
Miss Rachel. Yeah.
So
there
Silky's-
goes sessions worth of traveling.
Soki has a national treasure in her hand. Cool.
Yeah.
The
Not a national treasure, a fucking holy relic.
A relic.
the
Yeah.
sword of unification.
Other known in history as the Sword of Silence.
No wonder why the Kingdom of Silence wants it.
Better question is, how did Silky's master end up with it?
That is the question.
Why do I have a feeling that? Oh God.
Now we gotta check the
Brain,
history.
shut up, brain.
The
Shut up, brain.
speculation.
Shut up, brain.
Ladies and gentlemen, your main story quest has now begun.
Yay!
And I'm happy to announce, gentlemen, NKP, advance to level 3.
Finally! I'm gonna roll for it right now. If I remember what my goddamn HP is.
I didn't remember what my hit die is real quickly.
Might as well roll that on stream.
Hit the button, Joe.
2!
10!
Oh, max health.
All right.
I got an
I fucking hate myself.
I'm now at 33.
All right, here we go. What do I get? 3!
3.
I got a 3. I got a 2.
Wow.
Oh boy.
I might be the tank now, y'all.
Let's see. Silky has a D8 for her health.
Yeah.
The help is now 33, baby.
Well,
I said I'd be beat.
luckily I have a house rule of re-rolling 1s for health because that's just bullshit.
Yeah, because I rolled.
Let's go.
Silky, you match
Yeah,
us.
I gotta re-roll my hit point. I'm gonna press the hit die roll.
No, you have to just roll your actual dice.
Just roll a die.
Yeah.
Because Druid 1D.
For druids is a D8. Let's go.
God,
Well, at least that's still 1 point more than a 1.
congratulations.
Because
33.
pressing the hit dice will actually roll your class dice as well as adding on your modifier for your constitution.
Guys, I now have a will save modifier.
Oh my god.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
You know what? So do I.
Yeah.
Silky finally has a fortitude and a reflex save. Let's go. She can
Or
drink
me.
finally.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
2, 3.
All right. Oh, and it's an odd level, so you also get a feat.
Yeah, we
boy.
do.
Damn.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we now begin the heralding journey as our heroes are now one town away from their secret little meeting spot in Brittle Post and are just outside the barrier to the Kingdom of Silence. But there are secrets
Yeah, there are.
all over the fucking place. So, I hope that you all will tune in to see some of them unraveled. So thank you very much for watching, everybody. Of course, if you're new here, we stream every Thursday evening at 7:30 Eastern Standard Time, which is 6:30 p.m. Mountain and 5:30 Pacific, if I'm not mistaken. So, thank you guys for watching. Of course, we'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.